dude.
We're live, guys. We're live.
Oh my god. Fucking Jesus Christ, buddy. Like, chill the fuck out, bro.
I just can't believe how lazy they were. They did a much better job, bro. I try to look for the beauty in this game, and it really only resides in the character models. Even the water could have been better, bro. Like I'm deeply disappointed in the quality of this game sometimes. You know, because it's the PC Master Race. You know, gig.
Well, the developer also in that video too as well. He talked about how the game's coming to PC next year.
That's cool. I don't care.
No, you're not fucking one-shotting me, you little fucking Tomberry. Fuck you.
I would love to. I wanted to know if they were gonna make the excuse that the game has bad textures because of the PS4, or are they making an excuse?
Where'd you go?
Like, are they gonna own up? I'm glad that they owned up and said it was their fault, but I'm still didn't want to hear any type of excuse like, oh, we didn't do good on the textures because we didn't do good on the textures because we ran out of money. That's not, again, bro. If you're gonna run out of money, but you're gonna partner with PlayStation, how about you allow this game to probably be a permanent exclusive, so they can help you fund this project, so you can put it out at a better quality. Look, bro, if it means putting out a good game, I'm all for it being a permanent exclusive. But if you're going to make it a 1-year exclusive and then and your budget is cut and there's no way to get the money to make the better textures, then what? Like, I'm trying to figure out. The thing is, okay, the textures are missing. They confirm the textures are missing. Are they going to add them? Because they're getting money from the game being sold. Are they going to add the textures? And I think the answer that I don't want to hear, which I know it's the answer, is no. They're never going to fill in those textures. Ever. There's never going to be a fucking update ever to fill in the textures.
I'm back.
Fucking, it's
welcome back, Juicy.
Shit. Goobity gig. What a kookity kook.
So Jake said, so that's the web console for the PlayStation 5?
No. That's just a mock-up. That's not real.
I'm about to say.
That's not real. I mean, I like, you get to view all the enemies you ever fought. That's pretty dope. Again, the enemies, like I said, the enemies, the additional characters, not main characters, they all actually look very good. I've only saw a couple characters that, like, have pretty bad hair or something, and I think that was a product of, Pop-In. But, I mean, like I said, the music is good. I like the stories. I like the voice acting. The character models are great. But it's like almost you're walking through a world that sucks. It's like the quality sucks, and it's not the engine, it's the developer. They said they didn't have enough money to add the textures, so they purposely didn't add the textures. This is something that I can't really... It's something
they should have waited.
They should have waited. Look, I don't care.
No, they should have waited and released it as a next-gen game.
Year. Either way.
No. They should have waited and released it next gen and designed it with the PS5 in mind, because that way they could have utilized both the Kraken fucking compression and they could have actually fucking utilized the actual fucking SSD speed so they can release the entire game in one fucking package. Because this game, linear as fuck.
They did that to make more money. They separated it into parts to make money.
And that's
goddamn
cool. Look,
right.
I'm okay with that.
No, that's not cool.
Do. Hold on. Hear me out. If that's what they want to do, we can't stop them, right? But don't expect the rest of your copies to sell good. This is what I wanted to talk about also. What's going on, Raph, with the $2 super chat? What's up, Jay and panel? Happy Easter to you guys. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Happy Easter, Al.
This is what I want to say, bro. I lost my train of thought.
Sorry, dude.
It was you. You prompted me to say something about.
I was saying that they did this to make money, and you were saying that
it was fatal. What was you saying? Tell me what you were saying before I started talking.
I was basically saying they could have utilized the PS5 and they could have fucking
okay, there you go. Okay, you triggered
game.
me. So they made a statement that the rest of these Final Fantasy parts will not be exclusive to the PS5 and Xbox One X. They're gonna keep putting them on the PS4. So they purposely gonna keep the quality low because they don't want to have. See, and this is the problem I have with next gen. There are gonna be a lot of developers just like this. They're gonna find reasons to hold their projects back because they're not ready for next gen, bro. That right there is what I don't want. Okay, looks like we're good here. We're good there. We're gonna check out this new chat section, guys. This will be the Sunday show, but we're gonna go to live chat so we can read what's going on while I share.
Son of a bitch.
I hope everybody's little chat.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I personally think PlayStation rushed out their console for next gen.
The 5?
Yes.
But
I don't think they needed to. I don't think they needed to release it this soon because I'm looking at all the games that they have slated for this year, and then you're going to drop a new console this year. You had games to where you didn't need a next gen. How many times? I don't ever remember in any console generation where you're dropping a new console, but you also got 5 exclusive games coming out for the previous gen that same year.
Damn.
I mean, do you see what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
You might have 1 or 2, but this year they have what, 3 or 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Last of Us 2.
I talked
Ghost
to a
of
PC guy
Tsushima.
that said the same thing, and I definitely agree with him, and I agree with you. But the fact of the matter is, not always up to PlayStation; it's up to the industry. And when you have, and I will say this 100%, when you have people in the gaming industry, right? Third-party developers, studios, and they keep pushing for new technology because they're saying the current technology is weak. I don't like that. I hate that. I think it's a bullshit lie. If you don't know how to take advantage of the technology you're given, then I think you should just shut the fuck up. Or maybe you should go back to college. Because I will never forget when Ubisoft said the same fucking thing about the PS3, that they couldn't do certain things on it, and then Last of Us and Uncharted 3 came out, and Infamous 2 came out, and it was doing shit that Assassin's Creed couldn't fucking do. You know, I hated it. But we have a lot of developers. We have the whole industry find a force for a new generation.
But here's the thing. They're trying to push for a new generation and everything, but I haven't played Final Fantasy. I haven't even watched any playthroughs of Final Fantasy VII, but if you're saying what you're saying is true about the textures, which I've heard from multiple people, if that's the case, then they can't utilize the technology. Excuse me, they can't utilize the technology they have now.
It's true. It's very true. It's true.
Because Final Fantasy VII is a third-party game. That's a third-party developer.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying to a lot of people. The first party can still hang in there for the next 2 years. It's the third party, for whatever reason, they don't want to learn the secrets to making a good game on the hardware that you currently have. So they keep saying, well, we need something new, and we need something powerful, and make it easy to fucking develop for. Did Sony listen this time around with the PS5? Yes. They listened with the Vita, and they listened with the PS4. But it won't be enough for third party, as you can currently see. You gave them everything they needed, and you still cut corners. Like, how do you cut corners when you know you're putting your game on one platform? It is going to be the center of attention. You knew the textures weren't there. Why the fuck would you release the game like that? Shit, maybe we could take a pass on the fucking reviewers. Maybe we wasn't gonna read the reviews. Maybe we weren't gonna look at any of their fucking their gameplay for their video reviews. But you weren't gonna ignore the influencers that are putting up live streams, video, people posting screenshots. Shit. You want to know? I was wondering about this too. By the way, before the game came out, I was wondering if this game is gonna have photo mode. Again, it's a timed exclusive. It's not a true exclusive, but I did want to know if this game was going to have photo mode. It doesn't, for great fucking reason. You don't want a game like this to have photo mode. You don't want to be able to zoom in on shit. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't. I'm hopping my ass on fucking Uncharted 4 right now. I got to capture some gameplay for this kitchen because it was a kitchen in Final Fantasy that looked fucking horrible. Just fucking ugly as shit. And again, Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out multiple years after Uncharted 4. Which had attention to detail in every aspect. Trees,
I
waters,
don't even
mountains.
really call this a remake. I call it a remaster. I mean, not even a remaster. I call it a reimagining.
Look,
because
it's a whatever it wants to be. But when they made the decision, you sent me that link just now from that developer, and they said they didn't have enough money to add better textures. Again, that falls on them. The one thing I hope everybody understand, this is not a pop-in issue. This is, the textures are just completely missing. They're never going to pop in. They're gone. It's not the system holding them up. It's the developer refusing to put them there.
Yeah, I saw that tweet on my timeline. I was like, what the hell are they talking about? And then I started, because like I said, I saw some people who reviewed Final Fantasy VII, and they made no mention of the textures or anything like that.
See, but here's the thing, though. See, this is again, going back to what I was saying all the time when it related to reviewers, man. They're gonna be biased towards games that they fucking like. They're not gonna let people know about the missing textures. They're not gonna let people know about the low polygon shit. They're not gonna know anybody about that. They're gonna score it based on how they fucking like the game because they thoroughly want this game to be just as good as the original. And to be fair, it's fucking not. By a fucking mile, it's not. It still is a decent remake, but it's not as good as the original. The original is spinning in its fucking grave right now at this fucking remake on how piss poor fucking Square Enix fucked everybody.
Another thing I want to say about Final Fantasy VII, and I know it looks like I hate this game, even though I spent over 20 hours on this game. I'm going to beat the game. I'm going to attempt to get the platinum. I do like the game, right? I hate the fact that they released this game and instead of putting a PlayStation 4 timed exclusive sticker on the box, and it is a sticker. Once you take off the plastic wrapping, it's not on the it's not a part of the box art. Why not put part 1 of however many parts you plan to release? You see what I'm saying? I feel that letting the gamers understand that this is part 1 is more important than letting the gamers know this game is a timed exclusive.
Hey Tato, that's why I always bring up that thing about these remakes and should we be spending $60? Now this thing got 3 parts.
No, it don't got 3 parts. That's not confirmed. It could be fucking 4 parts because they still gonna try to do the 3D. But they might
even if they do that. Mm-hmm. I understand that. Even if they do that, they can have 19 parts.
That's illegal.
My thing is they should not be charging $60.
I agree.
For these games, they should.
I mean, I'm glad that's why bullet for a lot of people out there and letting them know this and letting them see this shit. I'm glad I'm taking that bullet because right now, me playing the game, I can let you know right now, you could skip this game right now and wait for a cheaper price, and you could do that for every other version of this same game coming out. If they're going to refuse to put the textures in there, which is going to be a big discussion, right? This is going to, this is not good for Square Enix, bro. This just looks really lazy. This is your biggest game of 2020, and you refuse to put the textures in there for the console that was supposed to sell the most copies of this game.
And what's killing me is it's taking so long to make this.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've heard rumors that this was being remade before the PS4 launch.
Yeah, that's true.
So it took you this long to remake one. That's my whole thing about it. It took you this long to remake one part
of 8 parts. Yep.
And what some people are upset about is just this one part. Is like they're saying it's an RPG. RPGs, how many hours do you tend to spend in an RPG game?
55.
Plus. From what I've been hearing, people have been beating it in 35 hours.
And look, I'm going to put it this way. I spent 20 hours on the game so far, right? I'm very scared that because I can't put the game down. I really want to enjoy the game. I want to play it as much as possible before I go back to work. I am afraid that I might be one of those people that end up beating the game in 30 hours, even if I take some time off, do all the side missions and everything.
Even all the side quests and stuff?
Yeah, because
I've heard
for
it's like
both of the two
46
areas,
hours.
I wiped out all side missions. So the first part of the slum, I did all side missions. The second part of the slums, before going forward in the story, which I'll do after this live stream, I did all the side missions. So I'm running through the game and doing all the side missions, and I'm at 20 fucking hours, and I'm on the 8th chapter. I'm on the 8th chapter out of what? How many? 18?
I'm on chapter 14 right now with 17 hours in.
Yeah, so see, we almost measured up around the same time. I did take some time off to talk to Xbox fans yesterday.
But, yeah, and I didn't even play it at all yesterday, man, because I was at my neighbor's place chilling all day.
I think I haven't got nowhere near you guys. I probably put in like 2 hours at the most.
Oh shit.
At the most.
And see, and that's the thing. I don't mind. Like, people always be complaining about like Nintendo games spending $60 for old games, things like that. I have no problem with that. Like, the remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles is coming out in May. That's going to be a $60 game, but it's not broken into parts. Do you see what I mean?
Square Enix, you are a greedy bitch.
Yeah, that was it's a greedy fucking move. It is. It's a greedy move. They know, like the gaming community.
The people that inspired them to do this shit would have never fucking did the shit to begin with. Because again, they do this shit now because of other people getting away with it. And we cannot fucking.
They knew people were gonna be head over heels for this game, man, and they knew people would pay whatever it would take to buy this game. So
I mean, I'm gonna be honest right now. If a game from this generation, and they say, "Oh, we're gonna remake this shit next gen," nah, the fuck out of my face. The only games I'm expecting remakes from are from the first generation between PlayStation and Xbox, or PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Games from PS1. GameCube, shit like that. N64 games being remade, Wii games being remade, but like it has to be a 2-generation gap to justify a remake. And if you're calling it a remake, everything needs to be good. Let me put this into perspective as a detail freak, and you guys know I am. I always talk about water. It's not a joke. I've looked at the evolution of water in every video game I've ever played. And it's important to me because it lets me know how much a developer cares about simple things outside of the character model, outside of the weapons, outside of the story and the sound. It's important to me. Because if you slacking on water, you could slack on other fucking areas. What was funny is I found out how much Square Enix slacked on every other area before I looked at the water, which was not impressive to me. But look, it's look, I'm just going to say right now, if you're going to do a remake, everything needs to be remade. In Final Fantasy VII, they had PS1 and PS2 flat textures. I don't know if you were trying to be nostalgic. Obviously, now we're learning that you weren't. The budget was cut. It's unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. I've never saw anything like that. I've played a lot of games and I've never saw a big budget game like this just look that way. I'm starting up Uncharted 4. I'm not gonna be live streaming. I have it on pro mode, so I can't stream it to the laptop. But I'm gonna be on chapter 4. It's called A Normal Life. I'm heading to this part of the game to go down to the kitchen to capture some gameplay. I'm going to be releasing a video tomorrow, hopefully. It will be a side-by-side video of me in the kitchen on Uncharted 4 versus me in the kitchen on Final Fantasy VII to let people understand how bad the fucking quality is. And there will be other areas, too, that I captured. Grass, trees, and shit like that. It's really bad, bro. Like I said.
I mean, and like the thing is, for me, like if it's a remake or a remaster, there's only very few reasons I'm repurchasing it for a new gen of a console. That's either A, I never played it, or B, I played it and loved it, or I never beat it. but just for like Final Fantasy VII, I was thinking about getting the remake, and then I saw that was coming out in parts, and I was like, okay, and then it's not going to be a PlayStation exclusive, okay, and now that I'm hearing about all the textures and stuff, I'm a roll if it comes to the Switch because of that. But I can just purchase the original Final Fantasy VII on the Switch and sound like I'll be happy.
You know what Adam had said to us, and I thought this was real crazy when he said it. Adam was like, "Money, I'm gonna wait till all parts come out, then I'm." And I'm really starting to think like he was right on that. I think I'm gonna wait too. But I know it's gonna be a while, at least 2 or 3 years before all the parts come out. And
but then they're gonna probably put it all out. They might, and then I would even wait a year after the last part come out because they might just release the whole thing as one collector's edition for $60
of next gen and get the whole collection. Wait until the end of next gen and get the whole collection. You're safer that way. You're really safer that way. Yeah,
it's not
topics though, guys. So I'm sorry about the rant that I'm doing and other people are doing, but this is, again, in gaming, this is just unacceptable. There's no reason for this type of laziness. This is just not good. I'm really, really upset about that. And what really upsets me is that we know there's never going to be an update. There's never going to be a patch for this. I don't want any patch or update they release. It better not be anything else but fixing those textures. Like, I'm being dead ass serious, man. Is that really a Nomura? That really is the real Nomura, isn't it? Huh. Oh, it's a parody account. That was a parody account you sent me, Snow Bunny. That wasn't a real one.
It was?
Yeah, it's a parody account. It says it at the bottom of the description. I don't give a fuck. I still put that thought out there on my Twitter because I don't really give a fuck.
I mean, like I said, my thing is it's been this long since it's been in the makes, and
Nobody.
What? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm up here playing a game. No, actually, I am not in Animal Crossing. I'm taking a little break from Animal Crossing. I'm actually streaming with no commentary. DC Universe Online on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah, that's a good game.
Hey Jay, you're saying Final Fantasy VII textures are stinky?
Yeah, I'm looking at some fucked up textures right now on The Last of Us, but it's a fucking skull in an attic. But then there's a lot of other things that are fucking good. And that's something that you wouldn't, you expect some texture to be cut right there. But for the most part, in Uncharted, there's so much attention to detail on just the smallest fucking thing. And it's like, this is a big ticket game. But a remake, and it's not all parts, there was really no point. It was no point to cut the content like that. It was really no point to cut the content like that. I'm being honest, man. What have you played it yet, Sam? You have any thoughts?
I just got past the demo portion. I'm not too far past that though.
I mean, that part's really good. There's no fucked up on textures over there. It's like when you get to the slums, you start getting really fucked up textures. But I don't know if you leave the slums, because I've done 2 parts of the slums so far. I think. I don't know if there's enough when there are other parts in the game where the textures be better. But I mean, we know the slums is nothing but garbage. We understand that. But come the fuck on, bro. Like, you still could have did a better job. I don't know, man. For somebody with the reputation of Square Enix, they shouldn't have done this. Just did better. It's embarrassing. It's disappointing.
Textures aside, there's plenty of stuff to do, though, right?
Oh, definitely, man.
Alright, then I don't care.
20 hours in. If I want to go back to some of these other areas and level up, I definitely can do that. So, I mean, it's not a bad game. Like I said, I lowered it down to 8 because of the slums area. I could raise it back to a 9 out of 10, and that will be if the story continues to pick up and everything. So that's what I think I'm gonna do.
There's a lot of filler in this game, by the way. Like they
I'm
put
cool
a
with the
lot
filler,
of
bro.
shoehorn filler.
I'm perfectly fine
I'm
with filler.
not.
I'm the filler king.
I hate games that throw in shoehorn filler shit, dude. That do that shit. It's so fuck. That to me is just laziness, dude.
Well, if you're
And
not,
see how they fucking skipped out. We didn't have enough money on the textures, man. Yeah, well, that tells you a lot about this game.
if you're not reloading your toy gun in the attic of Uncharted, then I don't know who you are. Oh,
I don't
we
know who
got
the fuck
tons
you
of
are.
topics, guys, because I actually wrote them down today. Tons of fucking topics. PS5 controller reveal.
Oh fuck, here we go.
Hey, we have to cover it. We got like 12 topics today, and I want to try to get through all of them. Okay, Fatal, since you got the biggest mouth that we think we know of, you're gonna go first. What's
The biggest mouth? Well, thanks, buddy.
bro. We don't know. We
appreciate
just
that.
assume that you have a bigger mouth because you eat a lot of pizza. We just assume that. We don't,
I just ate pizza.
That's illegal.
I guess.
All right.
The fuck?
That's illegal, man. You can't eat pizza. It's a quarantine. That's the one food they say you can't eat during the quarantine is pizza.
It's a model shutting everything down.
No. How the hell do you find pizza though?
Oh god, Sam, how are you, buddy?
Uber Eats. Shallow, bro. How about you?
All of the
Playing this trash.
all the pizza delivery places are popping around here because nobody can eat out, so everybody eating in.
See, I had a problem with Pizza Hut
you
last
said
weekend on
eating out.
Grubhub. They didn't want to deliver, and I didn't know that I pushed pickup, but that was the only option, and I never got my fucking pizza. Pizza Hut's a fucking bitch.
Oh man.
Call it bitch pack. That's what they
You don't got local places by where you're at, right?
Not a lot, bro. Like I'm out in the suburbs, like boonies / suburban area. I do gotta say, Uncharted has some amazing attention to detail. I cannot wait to play a game like Last of Us.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does,
So what's your question you wanted to ask me?
what's your thoughts on the controller?
I like it.
Okay. Now I want to know anybody that has opinions on it. We should talk about the front and side, but we can't really talk about the undercarriage because they specifically didn't show it to us. And I do have some thoughts that there might be 1 or 2 additional buttons on the back. I don't know yet, but they did not show us what the back of it looks like. So who's next? Sam, controller. What's your thoughts?
What the fuck is that?
So speculation about the buttons, right? That it might be like a light-up feature. What do you think about that?
Oh, you think the buttons
Because
might
they're
light
lacking
up?
colors.
Oh, that would be nice, man.
Like as soon as you turn on the system or the controller or whatnot, it'll just basically like that's how the colors are going to be. Kind of like a reimagining. Just be
That would be dope.
lit up.
That
Yeah.
would be really, really dope.
But I thought they needed to. They did what they needed to do with it. Just make it a little bit more thicker. Other than that, I think it needed like a lot of wholesale changes. I'm just curious to see what this gray button's all about.
Yeah, I mean, me too. We got the 3 things that we do with the share button anyway. We live stream, we can take a screenshot, we can do a video clip. So maybe it'll be something additional to that. I definitely believe because they changed the name from share to create, they're definitely gonna have an enhanced share factory.
Quicker way just to send the clips.
I just want them to utilize that touchpad because they got it on there again. Please, developers, utilize the touchpad because they did nothing with the touchpad with the PS4. So.
Depends which game you play,
My issue, like it doesn't matter with what these controllers have feature-wise, haptic feedback, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Most developers outside of first party and second party are never going to utilize that shit, dude.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree, man. I'm just looking at the power of dreams right now.
Man, would you fucking knock that shit off?
I like the controller. At first I thought it was fake. I did not think that it was like a real controller. I'm not a big fan of the white. I wish it was all black. That's just me though. But it grows on you, It grows on you.
So like that Spider-Man suit did. Because remember when they first showed
I took
Spider-Man in
that
that
suit
new
off
suit?
as soon as I got a better suit, bro. I still don't like
You
that suit.
didn't like it?
No.
I didn't like it when I first seen it, but it grew on me. That suit grew on me.
I don't think it ever grew on me. Because there were better suits that had better detail. So, yeah, that was my least favorite suit. I don't think I made that known, but that was obviously my least favorite suit. I like the Scarlet Spider suit. The one with the hood, the blue hood.
The Scarlet Spider suit.
Yeah.
I think everybody is concerned, like, since the controller is white, they know the console is going to be all white with little blue streaks in it
It's
somewhere.
going to be all white. I definitely think it'll be white and black. You know, that'll help people that's racist, you know, because it'll be white and black. That blue trim is definitely going to have some sort of a blue trim for lighting on the console, which I can't wait. Can't wait for that. Yeah, I can't wait. So everybody likes it? Anybody have any negative thoughts on it? No? No negative thoughts?
Nope.
Nope.
I've only heard a couple haters say that they copied off of Xbox, but at this point in time, there's so many controllers in our gaming history that are
They copy off of Xbox.
Huh?
How did they copy off of Xbox?
That's what I'm saying. You can't do that because, you know, you don't have Xbox gamers over there. But I covered that in a podcast this weekend because we got a lot of third-party pro controllers on PlayStation that are the third-party companies have made the controllers very similar to Xbox, like a little thicker, a little bit wider on the side. And I think we all understand that the PS5 controller is definitely thicker, and it is wider on the side. It pokes out a little bit more. It's rounder, too. But I definitely think it's going to be a great fit in everybody's hands. I think this is probably going to be the most comfortable controller anybody has ever felt. Definitely going to be good. Because they just threw that controller on us, we didn't get a camera with that. I want to know, like, when we're going to see the console. I definitely think it's still going to be sometime in May or June. And the closer we get to the middle of this month, we're definitely going to be heading to a May or June reveal of this console. Which means whenever small, tiny mouth wall talker Adam gets in here, it means he might have been right. Which is crazy because he has been saying this for a long time, that May will be the month when they show off the console, when they do a real gamer reveal.
Big money.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that you're in here, dude, because I know this is kind of touching back on like an older thing that you said to me about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, about Resident Evil 3, but I do agree with you, dude. 100%.
Wow.
Game's too fucking short, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's sad, ain't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's another one. I want my $60 back, man. I want my $60 back.
No, I got my money's worth out of it, dude. Because I mean, I beat it, I plat it. Fucking took me all about 17 hours to complete all that. So it is what it is.
First playthrough. What was your first playthrough time?
My first playthrough time was about 4.5 hours.
Woo!
Wow, that's easy. What the fuck?
That's short, man.
He beat all the modes in one day.
Yep.
Come on, man. That's illegal.
I mean, like every mode there was, he beat it. What was your total game time? Like what, 17 hours?
My total game time was 17 hours and some odd minutes or some shit.
For all the modes. How many of those dudes are gonna?
Maybe, like I said, maybe it's me, man. Maybe I'm going crazy, but some of these games
are definitely getting shorter, bro. And at that point in time, if you're gonna remake a game, charge $60, you gotta let us know why the fuck is it $60? If it's missing textures or it's too fucking short, like, bro, I'm about to put it this way. Remasters and remakes should be at a set price. It should not be the same price as a brand new game.
Unless you're adding a whole bunch of stuff to it.
Yep.
Agreed.
Oh, they added
Hold on, unless it's a true blue reimagining. Because, see, a remake is now on the same page as a remaster at this point. I'm sorry, it's just not, it's not worth it. Not to me.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
It is crazy, bro.
Well, they removed the experiences, right? They took out the clock tower, the gray site. They added multiple to give you a pretty, like, facelift.
I did want to talk about, we got a lot of topics, obviously. Mortal Shell. Has anybody saw that game? Mortal Shell. It's kind of like Dark Souls. It's a next generation Dark Souls game. It's coming out for all platforms. It looks really interesting. So, nobody saw it.
Who's making it? Who's
Nobody we know, but trust me, it looks good. Let me see.
I've been in Animal Crossing all week, so
I'm gonna see if I can bring this up. Mortal.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
that was a game.
I haven't really been paying too much attention to gaming news because I've been in mostly Animal Crossing
That's cool.
past couple weeks.
I'm gonna go and share the screen real quick, guys. We're gonna go look at the Mortal Shell trailer. So I'm gonna zoom it in, and we can look at this together.
type of game is it?
Like I said,
Hack and slash?
Dark Souls, like a Dark Souls type of game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw people making fun of it because of that.
Looks really good though.
Well, it's not as bad as like Lords of the Fallen. I might consider giving it a shot.
I think you know what, Sam. I kind of liked it. Lords of the.
Oh, I like that game. That was
I didn't think it was bad. It's just I thought there were just better versions of that genre out there.
Oh, only thing I did notice was another visual novel's coming out that I really want. I did notice that.
This game looks pretty weird, huh?
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen this.
Man, Square Enix, man, you sure do love that whole entire fucking twist your body and move sideways fucking bullshit in this fucking game. Like, literally,
I
like,
wanna
every
get this
fucking
Mortal
5 minutes,
Shell
you're like,
game. This shit looks
you're
dope.
shimmy shamming between fucking shit, man.
Bloodborne.
Fucking A. The fuck out of my way, Tita.
It's like a next generation Bloodborne. What was that game that the Bloodborne people are making?
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. Yeah.
Fuck, that looks like.
We haven't seen anything from it since it was announced, have we?
No.
No.
They might have silently pushed it back for next gen. A lot of developers seem to be doing that shit. It's called Mortal Shell. Looks interesting.
Oh, great. More backtracking.
It looked like what Deep Down should have been. It looked like what Deep Down should have been.
Oh, Deep Down has officially been scrapped.
It is using the Unreal Engine, so that's a good thing. It's definitely using.
Come Jeff Keighley and promote that.
I don't know.
Hey, I just want to say that Square Enix definitely included my life.
They have multiplayer.
Pretty goddamn fucking pretty.
That most likely.
What is?
What? Okay, we got 85 more topics to cover. Yeah, but that was just a small game. I saw it last week. And I don't know if we talked about it or not, but I don't know. I just thought more people should know about it. It's under the radar. They did a silent reveal on Twitter, so far that I know, and a lot of people that saw it really liked it. So definitely wanted to show people that. Definitely gonna be a day one. Give that game a chance. I haven't played a Souls game, outside of Neo.
You haven't played any of the Dark Souls, right?
Nope. But I'm sure they're gonna be wrapped up in a nice cheap collection soon. So,
2 was a PS Plus game. You should have that.
Oh shit! I might actually have that. I might have that.
I love to, and that's the least favorite of everybody that's in love with Souls games.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I bought a big money because I hadn't played any of them. So when I heard that was like kind of just a lot was different.
Oh man, you play. Make sure you play that. It's good. Souls games.
Yeah.
No, Streets Rage 4 drop already?
Yeah, no, but it got a price. $25, which is a damn good price. I think it's 4-player online co-op too. So that's definitely.
Oh, you fucker.
Yeah, I saw Streets of Rage. Yeah, that was
Damn.
Yeah, that game's gonna fucking tickle my nipple.
Okay, we didn't want to hear.
Oh, a lot of games tickle your nipple.
Yeah, we don't.
And I know you get off on that big one or big money. Wow.
You get me mixed up in that.
Right, my bad. I meant to say fuck
Last of Us officially
money. I'm
delayed,
sorry, big money.
and they started giving out refunds. So it is really delayed to the point that they gave out refunds, myself included.
Damn.
They took it off of the PlayStation
That's gonna suck, bro.
Store. It does suck. They took it off of the PlayStation Store along with Iron Man. Nobody knows when it's gonna come out. Nobody knows anything about this. I can only hope that the day that the game was supposed to come out, we can get an update from the developer, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think
it might get pushed to next gen.
A lot of people were saying that to begin with. You're probably right. But until we get the verification, we're just going to say it comes out at the end of this year. But like I said, hopefully they can give us some insight because it's not good for the game sales if it does come out for next gen, and we're talking about next gen next year, that's going to be a problem. Now, I don't think the game is going to be only on PS5. I think it's going to be PS5 enhanced very heavily. But I do believe it's also going to still be released on a PS4. So it'll be a staple of the backwards compatibility. I think that Ghost of Tsushima is going to be the same way. Heavily enhanced for the PS5, but still released on the PS4 and Pro. Yeah, fucked up, man. I mean, after Final Fantasy and I'm getting Trails of Mana and Streets of Rage
Garbage.
4. I don't know what else I'm picking up this year. I mean, I got a big backlog that I'm going to go dive back in and start finishing games. But, I mean, all the games I got to finish, I should be good until next year, to be honest. Or probably far into next year.
I have a couple visual novels and Xenoblade. And like I said, I'm waiting on seeing when I get back to work if I do trials yet or if I wait until Black Friday for it.
Okay, here we go. We got some interesting topics here next. Xbox Series X will push the all-access subscription model for next generation launch. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Wait, what?
It's going to be pushing the all-access subscription model for next generation's launch. So, look, I know Microsoft understands the gamers that they try to cater to no longer want to spend $60 on any game they put out, even if it's a multi-plat, and they just kind of wait until Game Pass. I mean, I guess you got to start accommodating these guys, but man, when will it fucking stop at this point? When will it stop? I'm well aware of the people over there have been spoiled by Game Pass. You pay this small subscription fee, and you get access to tons of games, and it's a great value. But is it good for the gaming industry? Is that the direction that people want to go in? Now,
I don't know. Was renting games back then good for the industry?
You can't be upset if anybody else does the same thing later on down the line. This is what happened with paying for online.
Well, they've already done it. They've been doing it for years. I know what you're talking about.
You remember when, we had free online for PS3, and then PS4 charged you, but Xbox was charging you with the original Xbox to pay for online? and nobody batted an eye. Nobody said that was a bad business practice. But then when PlayStation introduced that on the PS4, everybody hated that fucking business practice. All I'm saying is, if anyone's all right with Game Pass, that's cool. But don't say it's a bad business practice if someone else does it. That's all I'm saying. If you're all right with it, be all right with it. If whether anybody else wants to do that shit. Me personally, I don't agree with it, bro. Me personally, I don't want that to be the future. Again, I'm not saying that Xbox fans can't spend $60 for individual games, but it just doesn't seem like they're willing to do that when they have that option of Game Pass. I mean, why would you? You're already getting the game. You know? Yeah, it's look. What's going on? Boca Foco. Yeah.
Hola.
I mean, it's something, I don't know, man. Like, Microsoft, they are going in a completely different direction. I understand that they definitely got to have some games, brand new, next generation only games. I don't know if they'll be all third party or if some of their first party will put out something. But from what I understand, I think a lot of those games are going to be cross-platform. It's going to be on Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Forza, Halo, maybe the new Fable, and then that's it. So far,
why can't they address this whole Battletoads thing? This is getting pretty ridiculous with the song.
Come on, Sam.
Fatal.
Just put out a tweet saying,
I
"Hey,
gave up, dude."
okay." So they're just gonna ignore it and pretend like we're gonna forget about it.
I don't think they.
Not me.
I don't think at this point it would be wise to release Battletoads after you release so many other games.
No, but I'm saying I want an explanation. Like, hey, is this still in development? Like, what's going on with it?
Fucking shut your mouth.
I think it's done. I just know that they know it's not good for their image, but I still want them to release it.
It's not good for their image.
Yep.
That idiot wore a t-shirt on stage, man.
Christ. Are you serious?
Okay, let's ask the chat. Who gives a fuck about Battletoads?
Nobody in fucking history gives a fuck about it, dude. Like, they never gave a fuck about the original to begin with.
I'm gonna start it out with not me. I don't give a fuck about that game.
I like how old school games are now apparently supposed to be bigger than what people were fucking expecting. It's like, are you dumb?
No, not really, but it's definitely gonna have some fanfare if you wanted the game to come back.
Very little. Very
but
little.
I'm trying to figure out who wanted the game to come back.
I did!
I would say that Xbox did a good job for making the fan
God!
by adding that character.
Fuck y'all, man.
Look, they added the Battletoads character in King of Fighters. Killer Instinct. They did good
yes.
the other game up, bro.
You know what?
And they also put them in fucking Shovel Knight as well. So, like, I don't.
Yeah, they did a good job hyping the game up, but then we saw the game and it didn't look like what we expected.
Yeah, Jay,
that's your problem for expecting fucking more out of it, dude. Like, what the fuck?
What? So I'm supposed to expect not a lot from the games people hype up? I'm supposed to expect
no.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Keep your expectations in fucking check, bro. That's all you gotta do.
No.
Common sense.
They hyped that game up. They showed us a new.
They never hyped it up. That's the thing.
I just remember he wore that tight t-shirt on stage.
And Killer
when he wore that t-shirt.
See?
Everybody
if
was
that's
like,
really
God,
what you guys honestly fucking thought that game was gonna look like that, dude, you're smoking crack.
Bro, why would they put him in Killer
really
Instinct?
crack.
Why would they put all that detail into that character in Killer Instinct and then the game don't look like that? I expected it to be
because it has to match the engine, man.
Wow, fuck out of here, man. That game's supposed to be.
Hey, you know what? I think that's what everybody was going off of Fatal. When they seen that on that fighting game, everybody was like, "Oh my god, is that how the new Battletoads?"
They're okay with it for fucking. But here's my part. Here's my problem, right? But they're okay with it with fucking with Streets of Rage fucking 4. Did you see the graphical overhaul that game got?
What the hell? Oh,
like, that's what I'm trying to say.
Bro,
like,
Streets of Rage kind of looked like that already, bro, and they never hyped up those characters to.
And so did Battletoads.
Hold on. They never hyped up those characters in realistic fashion. When has those characters been in Tekken or Mortal Kombat or King of Fighters or any of those.
That doesn't generate. No, that doesn't mean shit, dude.
Well, when you change the age of a character,
again,
you put your
those characters, the same fucking year that they got announced for KI, they also got announced for fucking Shovel Knight. And Shovel Knight doesn't look realistic, so don't give me that fucking bullshit excuse.
Who plays that game?
A lot of people did. And a lot of people actually fucking praised it.
Hey, you know what? I do think I think we shouldn't have. We expected a lot out of that Battletoads. I think you is right, Fatal. We shouldn't have expected to look realistic. But once they did that, they had everybody imagination going wild. They said, "Oh my God, if Battletoads can look like this, I think it would have let off just a little pressure on the dev team." But when they showed
the game would have came out and everybody would have shat all over it like they do with every other fucking Xbox game.
I think they spread the battle.
What the hell is this damn thing, anyways?
To Sea of
Thieves. What is this damn thing?
Should have been a Sea of Thieves.
That shit looks like a N64 game. Be honest.
So does fucking Streets of Rage. Welcome to the party, there. Fucking goddamn.
Hello, Spartan.
Hello.
Yes.
The trailer was pretty solid.
Man, this is Battletoads. Look what they put in Killer Instinct, bro.
That's what
Do you know?
saying.
Why is everybody using that as one fucking example? Every other Battletoads fucking game doesn't look anything like that. So you're going based off of a game that is designed a specific way to make it look a specific way. You're going based off a character guest interaction. That's what you're doing.
But Fatal
is fucking retarded. Retarded.
Look, Rich, watch this. They said I get what you're saying about the type of art style, but when you say you're making a reimagination of Battletoads, and then you see the characters of Killer Instinct, people aren't going to expect that same reimagining. I mean, like
again, higher expectations. Gamers are fucking stupid. Not my problem.
No. That's not their fault because Microsoft themselves said it was making a reimagining of Battletoads.
Yeah, and so, what the fuck do you think we're about to get?
Racing announcement.
Plato, you do have to admit, bro, like the way they hyped that up. Because look, first he came on stage. Listen, hold on. First he came on stage when everybody seen that Battletoads on the T-shirt. They said, okay, but when they announced those new characters for KI, and then they showed whatever his name is, everybody, I'm telling you, instantly everybody thought like, oh my God, is this what Battletoads is going to be? And maybe you're right. Maybe we shouldn't have thought like that. But they put that into our mind and it stuck. It's stuck there. So they said, God damn.
Hey, man, not my problem.
It is your problem. You're defending that
game.
Okay?
I am defending it because I know what I want out of a Battletoads game.
You know how illegal it is to defend that game and not...
You know how illegal your foot is?
I don't know.
Ooh, yep.
Now stick it in your mouth.
It might be. We don't know. But look, bro, they should have never hyped it up that much. They hyped it up like
never hyped it up!
They did hype that up.
Go back and watch when they fucking did that announcement for Battletoads. You know who cheered?
Okay.
People that fucking played fucking goddamn Killer Instinct.
You know what? This is the prime example. Let's look at it this way. Big Money, you remember how Sean Layden hyped up a Crash Bandicoot? Yeah, remember they put Crash Bandicoot and Skylanders?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, didn't they do the same thing with Battletoads? They add him in a game that he was never in, and they made him look different? So that we could get an idea of what he might look like in their own game?
Exactly.
Hold on, didn't Sean Layden come out with a Crash Bandicoot shirt just like Phil Spencer?
Yeah,
it was a small awkward.
Do you see what I'm talking about, Fatal? Do you see what I'm talking about?
That doesn't mean shit. Again, that doesn't mean... No, it doesn't.
It was a game from the past. It was a game from the past that they were bringing back, and they were going to reimagine.
Do you know why the first game was made?
Game looks like dog
Do you know why the first game was made? You know why the first game fucking why it had an arcade, why it had an NES game, and so many other versions, why they paired up with Double Dragon, why there was a cartoon.
Why?
Why Fatal?
Tell us.
I shouldn't have to tell you that because you guys should be able to know that shit. You
You
guys were true fans. No. That's what, why are you talking about it then?
God damn.
Here's the thing. Why are you talking about it then? If you don't care about the game, if you don't care about the fucking game, why do you keep talking about it?
You didn't even acknowledge what I just said.
You didn't. No. Don't answer my question. If you don't care about the game, why are you talking about it?
It was never gonna live up to Ninja Turtles. We understand that. But come on.
So many games fucking that try to do the exact same thing during that era, dude, man. Yeah, we get that part. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if you don't care about the game, which clearly nobody in here, maybe outside from nobody, or maybe even her doesn't even care about it. You guys don't care about this game.
Wait a minute, I always ask about it.
I love the game.
Shut up, Sam.
I want an update from Philippe Spencer on it, that's all.
What I care about
is you don't need an update from him.
I need y'all to have a new game to play. I want this game to release for you.
It don't matter whether the game
I do want to do, but I've given up, man, because they're not answering my fucking tweets anytime when I tweet them. They never answered my tweets.
You need to
my thing is they don't really care about any game. Well, some besides Fatal. Some of them don't even care about games that's being released, considering the same week Bleeding Edge was released for Xbox. They up here worried about how childish fucking Animal Crossing is. You shouldn't be talking about Animal Crossing. You should be talking about the game that came out for your system. And that's not Fatal, but I'm just saying that's how a lot of the Xbox gamers have been.
Oh shit.
Go off. That's a fact. How many players they got, by the way? 14 for Bleeding Edge.
How many players you say?
I saw somewhere they said they had 14 and no Xbox player denied it.
I need you to rephrase that.
Wait, 14 people?
Yo.
Right now,
I was playing that shit last night, dude.
Bro, it's a lot of people on Bleeding Edge right now. A lot of people viewing that shit. It's like 3.6 thousand people viewing it on Twitch right now. It got a surge.
Yo, Jake,
for the first time.
Look at the picture I put in your Discord. The Sunday Show. Tell me this is not facts. Final Fantasy wise.
Okay, Cloud, pull out a 9-foot Buster Blade Barrett. Loads 50 cal machine gun. Tifa.
Tell me that's not facts.
That's true, bro.
This game, dude, I swear to God, I can't wait till I'm done with this game.
It's not like the best game ever, but they did really good outside of the textures, which we talked about.
No!
I'm about to make a picture right now. I took a picture in the kitchen of Uncharted 4, and then I have a picture on my PS4 when I took a picture in the kitchen. Yeah, it's the kitchen of Uncharted 4 versus the kitchen of Final Fantasy VII.
When in the kitchen, like the beginning of the game?
Oh, yeah, Uncharted 4 in the beginning of the game, in the house.
Oh, yeah, before he played Crash.
Yeah, all that detail and shit. And then I got the picture when I'm in Eris' mother's house, and it's the kitchen right there, and it looks horrible and shit. Yeah, I got a screenshot. I'm going to make a little edit right now and put that shit on Twitter. People need to know.
So that's what it looked like. It wasn't textures just loading late?
Oh,
no, they're not loading late. It's just they're not there. The textures aren't there.
Fatal. To answer your question, but the reason we were talking about games is because that's what you told us. You know, that's what we're supposed to talk about. But they said if you don't care about the game, why you talk about it? Because it's a game, period. Like you have to at one point. Because if
you want to at least have the interest in something, man, about a game that you're gonna fucking play.
Look, we would have had an interest if it was like reimagination, like you said. Like even me, that nostalgia thing of Battletoads. When I saw Battletoads, I was like, "Hey, lying." And then I was like, oh, shit. But then I saw the game. I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? Killer Instinct, they look way better than...
That was everybody's reaction.
Like, you even had PlayStation people who looking forward to it.
Here's the thing. We already knew what the game was going to look like a year out before they even showed off what the fucking game was going to look like.
We did? I don't remember that.
Watch the trailer. You see the art style that they use, man, in that fucking trailer. This is what I was telling you motherfuckers before.
I don't know about that.
Go watch the trailer. Tell me I'm wrong.
Stop yelling, bro.
No, I like yelling. This game is pissing me off.
Which one?
7.
Oh shit.
Bro, how am I allowed to post? Yo, I'm surprised this company.
What the fuck am I following, man? A snot bubble? What is this fucking sow-looking thing I'm following?
Guess what? I got porn pages on Snapchat now that follow me.
Man, fuck your porn.
But yeah, we got some interesting topics. Let's go cover the next 8 topics real quick.
We have 8 topics?
Yeah, we had 8. It might be more. Resident Evil 3 update drops the resolution on Xbox.
Don't care. I've already played it. Moving on.
No, nobody gives a fuck. Is this
Fatal, chill. Wait a minute.
So the
listen.
Xbox One X version of Resident Evil 3 Remake was native 4K. They took that away, and what is it, 600 something?
1620p.
1620p now.
That's,
it's not native
that's
4K.
3K. That's 3K. That's native 3K, by the way.
So, native 3K.
Mm-hmm. Where the fuck's this button?
To try to stabilize the frame rates and make it 60 frames per second all the time, but they failed because I think they said it was normally like locked around 50 frames per second instead of 60. So
yeah, the Pro's better at that at least.
Exactly. They said the Pro was better with that, with the performance. That's a big thing, bro. You basically released a patch to downgrade your version that people were bragging about when it was about to come out.
What's there to brag about, bro? Native 4K.
Brag about 4K, that's it.
But what did that do? Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. The only reason this 4K thing ain't changed it because nobody shifted 4K. Most people wasn't even aware of that. Now you got the new consoles 4K. Like they waited too late for 4K, bro. And I think that Sony doing a dynamic 4K checkerboard, the fact that their games look the way they do, I think people start paying attention to the multiplex because the fucking exclusives started to look better than the multiplex. Again and again and again and again. And not just that, they started to sell more than multiplex. PlayStation games started to sell more than multiplex. So I think the thing with the Xbox, even Red Dead Redemption, I think that people just stopped paying that attention. Now, the 4K is not going to make a difference no more. We knew it was going to do native 4K in games, the Xbox One X. We knew that because it has bandwidth if you pay attention. It had the bandwidth for it. Not the teraflops or ROPs, the shaders and all of that bullshit. Well, it has shaders obviously for looks, but like it has the memory bandwidth to stream that resolution, the buffer, 2160. But yeah, it's downgraded and the frame rate is still better on the Pro. So that's pretty much it. Digital Foundry out there capping for the Xbox. Still.
I get tired of hearing those 2 words.
What?
Digital Foundry?
Yeah, I mean, it's like one moment everybody fucking hates them, next moment everybody fucking loves them. Make up your damn minds, people.
I have no more opinions on them. I stopped.
It reminds me of Dilbert.
Yeah.
Oh, you can.
Whatever that guy's name is with the glasses, J-Tech, that's what he reminds me of.
Oh, Gilbert? I don't know his name, bro.
Gilbert.
That's crazy, bro.
What's the next topic, bro?
Next topic. That was a fucked up
Next topic is
man.
to say fuck Tom Nook.
No Man's Sky gets another update. It's a pretty big
Oh,
update.
nobody gives a fuck, bro.
I know, but you got to give him credit, bro.
Nah, I'm gonna give him credit. I just want the fucking thing.
No, you gotta give them credit that the game came out utterly broken and complete shit, but yet they're still working on it.
You gotta throw them a bone. There's tons of developers won't even make an effort. Prime example, Anthem. They said that they were gonna try to change the game, and they still haven't did anything with it. You know,
yeah, they pulled the Battletoads.
No Man's Sky is doing shit that.
Shut up, Sam.
Anthem devs won't even.
Well, they gave us the game, but they've been.
Shut up, Sam.
But Sam, that's different. Battletoads hasn't even released yet.
That's what I'm saying. No, I just said that. I was like, it's just now they've gone just the silent part, really. No information or update.
Yeah, they added Mechs, Exo Mechs on it. Looks pretty dope. I haven't checked the update out. I mean, I have
a theory on that, by the way, Sam.
When I play that game, but I'm glad that they're still supporting it. talked about missing textures. Here's an interesting one right here. I think this is the last one. It's not 8, but there's probably some other topics. Activision confirms PS5 will fully utilize variable rate shading (VRS) for the next generation of games.
I'm so thrilled.
I saw this on Twitter and I looked at the article. So what this basically, a lot of Xbox fans said this was impossible on the PS5 and that this wouldn't happen. And it seems like
made another fucking clickbait video.
Man, only thing I gotta ask y'all is how is it that for some reason PlayStation fans have started turning into Xbox fans with talking about nothing but tech?
Oh, the reason why this is on the topic is not because I care.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in general. If you look at every PlayStation guy right now, you're like hyping up controllers like Xbox fans was doing.
Oh yeah,
but it's not only you, it's everybody.
I don't think it's a problem, Snow Bunny, hyping up a controller of a new hardware. I could understand if I was hyping up a color of a different controller or a third-party pro controller, which I've never done. But do you see a problem hyping up new technology for the next generation of games?
She don't see that. She's talking about it's continuous.
Oh, I don't do continuous.
It's like I said, it's not only you. It's a lot of PlayStation fans are going out here being as extreme as Xbox fans and reminding me of being an Xbox fan.
Let me put this into perspective because I've been around this community for a long time. If you're saying what you're saying, and it is definitely true, you need to look at the individuals, do a little bit of research, and find out where they came. Most of these guys came from the Xbox background. So if you want to know why they acting like Xbox fans, because they originally were Xbox fans before this generation. So that's just a simple cutting straight to the chase. Like they used to be Xbox people, so they're acting like Xbox people. Simple as that. Very simple.
Well, if you want to know the actual reason, it's because it's fucking tennis.
Oh God!
Oh God!
Talker. Okay, I gotta go.
Hello, Adam.
Hello.
Go talk.
What's up, buddy?
Again, I haven't got the game, but I've come on the assumption that Tom Nook is an absolute wanker.
Yes.
Everybody's a fucking wanker, Adam.
No. He's talking about Tom Nook and Animal Crossing. Bastard just hit me with a $2.5 million failed loan I got to pay back.
Tom Nook is so evil that I actually just realised how evil this little bastard is. But then again, he's a raccoon, so I should have known.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
What's going on? Y'all fucking bursting in the party late as shit.
Hey, better late than never.
This nigga has a whole emoji as a...
Yep.
Bro.
What's going on? Yeah, if you want to know the reason, Jay, that's because that is the main reason.
Wait, bro, that's from Snapchat, bro. Wait, no, that's a Bitmoji.
No, that's the
Emoji, right? I'm about to make mine.
Yeah.
But that's, you know what? That's how that's man.
We're going to talk about again Xbox.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put it like boldly. We got a lot of Xbox people. Oh, sorry, we got a lot of PlayStation people.
It's fucking tennis, bro. One hits the ball, the other one hits the ball. Same fucking thing, bro.
Exactly.
Same.
I can't engage.
Whoever has the advantage at that time, then they go PlayStation fan. If you know what, but the thing that kills me is that
dealing with this shit for fucking months and months.
If we had the power and we talked about the specs when we were on top, it was all good. But as soon as they talk about then the power don't mean we do it back and forth. When we were getting all the indie games, when we was getting all the indie games, and then as we got to get now the games, man, it's just the same shit back and forth, and they don't even realize that they're doing that shit. They don't even realize it.
You said you wanted Sony to come out and talk. That's what you did say on the Zaire podcast. That's what you said. You wanted them to come out and speak.
They can't just not talk about the
control. That's why you're going to see it.
Exactly.
And they still don't have the power, and they still want to talk about it because it's something that's out there. You know, Sony. You wanted Sony to speak. Sony spoke. Now they have something to talk about.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm going off of what she was talking about with the fans. Because when I bring up the situation about when you bring up the situation about the tech, you will hear us. We're screaming now. We're telling Xbox fans and everybody else, "Hey, tech don't matter. Don't nobody care about the specs." And we both do it on both sides. They do it all the time. When we was getting all the indie games, they were talking about the games that they had. But now that we getting all the games, that's all we talking about. Only the games matter. I just was piggybacking off of what she said, and it's just true. We both sides do the same shit back and forth.
I mean, like, but the thing is like right now, like I said, everybody. Okay, this is all sides. Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. Okay, we're up here hyping up these fucking companies and shit to high end. Okay, but we got to remember one thing: we're the fucking consumer here. We shouldn't really have to worry about specs and shit like that. We should know what games are coming out for us.
Exactly.
Okay. Right now, you got a next gen system coming out, and you have one console company talking about, oh well, you won't have any exclusives for 2 to 3 years after the system comes out. And now the other consoles up here talking about, well, it might not be any for 1 to 2 years, but we're going to enhance all the previous gen console games.
And that's not the first time they did it.
And that's what I'm saying. And right now, everybody's hyping up these specs, giving them basically free advertising because they haven't said shit besides the basics. You have free fucking advertising for these companies, and you don't even know what the fuck you're gonna be able to play next gen.
And you know where that came from?
Oh, big bitch! Let me run away. What that came from, yeah?
It came from fucking the Xbox community. And the reason I'm saying this is because, again, through many generations of gaming, before Xbox came into the gaming console competition, the power narrative was never the topic of discussion. It was always software.
Bit Wars was.
Games. Say what?
So the Bit Wars was, but that's not technically the same.
Yeah.
I mean, no, nonetheless, man, it's Microsoft has always pushed the more powerful console. Even from the PS2, yes, the Xbox was more powerful than the PS2, but it had no competition when it came to software. Okay,
it definitely did, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, the exclusive they had was competition, but
back then, but it couldn't. No, bro. To the scale of what they were going against, they were swinging, but they weren't landing all punches. You feel what I'm saying? What was it? Bloodwake. You had the Bruce Lee game. You had Fusion Frenzy. You had Halo when it first came out. You had NFL Fever. Reckless, man, there was a lot of exclusives back then. But it just seems to me, man, there's just so many people, especially your average consumer, bro. Your average consumer, they'll just read shit. They don't know shit about tech. You know what I mean? They're just sitting there hyping that shit. And like Snow Bunny said, you're basically giving them free publicity and free marketing when at the end of the day, you know, I'm pretty sure that majority of these motherfuckers don't even know how to build a PC. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't know how that's possible, bro. Like, this is the fucking internet that shows you video how to build a PC.
Exactly.
Like,
but what I'm saying, bro, you got to put in perspective. A lot of these podcasts, and I'm not saying Jay or anybody that's in here, y'all know who I'm talking about. These motherfuckers want to sit there and hype up a fucking platform when truthfully they haven't been delivering upon what they should be to the consumers. You know what I mean? Because all they're doing is giving more controllers than there is actually exclusives. And again, I'm a fan of gaming. You know, people can say, "Oh, you're a fan." I play everything. The Switch is not for me. I've grown out of the Switch. Okay, they haven't grown with me, if I should say that. So when it comes to Microsoft, you know, people want to say, "Feel this, feel that." My humble opinion, bro, Phil ain't got the answers, bro. Ever since he's been in position of power, he hasn't really done anything. And Jay, like you said in your stream yesterday, bro, Adam, myself, and Sam, son of Sam, Bukaluka, we all had Xbox One X's, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it comes to the fact that if it took you this long to push out, in my humble opinion, a franchise that was a pinnacle point to your brand, which was Gears of War, and you fucked that entire thing up. There you go. Point blank, period. So when it comes down to it,
I was talking about that yesterday, Yella. I was like, bro, the majority of PlayStation Legion gamers, they went out and they got the X, or they made recommendations to play on the X to get to play Gears 5, and they were thoroughly disappointed. And that's supposed to be the game that would change a lot of people's minds about the system.
I'm just extremely disappointed in Microsoft's them throwing away money, bro. Like the money that you spent on Ninja wasn't justified. The money that you spent on pushing out an Xbox One X wasn't justified. You should have locked down those fucking exclusives. You should have. They should have invested that money in a long time ago into their IPs. So yeah, they've even made the statement of this console when it comes out. You're not going to really have anything for the next couple of years. What's the point?
But then you also have to look at the fact of you got to look at who. Like, out of all the companies, okay, you got to admit Microsoft has listened to the influencers the most.
Oh, yeah.
Out of all the companies.
Because they had to. They fucked up.
Influencers, we're talking about, the Carlton dealer people, because they do have a following.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That they have, out of the big three companies... Because Nintendo's going to do what the fuck Nintendo wants to do. They don't give a shit, whatever. PlayStation will halfway listen, but then when they get too much flack is when they'll take action. Yeah. But Xbox is almost like they listen to everything going on here.
Yeah, well, you got to put in perspective. They entertain the bullshit that's on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They entertain the bullshit on Twitter.
Now. They've been doing that shit for 2 gens.
All right, I want to tell y'all two things. Microsoft, and I know this is a stereotype. Y'all know that American stereotype that more is better. Microsoft has that stereotype where they feel like more is always better, quantity over quality. That's the issue Microsoft has. Like, they can have the most powerful console, they can have as many as games as they want, but if they're not quality games, that's not gonna work.
That's all they have to deliver, bro.
That's all they need.
That's all they have to deliver.
If that Playground Games image was true, like that little thing on the boat, Playground gonna be a hit for them, them and Ninja Theory. So I think if they make hit games, their system will sell. Simple,
bro. So I collect retro video games of pretty much my childhood, right? So I showed a picture of Battletoads to one of the retro game sellers, and of course, I'm saying he has product to sell of Xbox One and stuff like that, but he's not hip to the new shit. And I was like, you seen the new Battletoads? He was like, no. I showed him that shit, and his fucking eyes got big as shit, and his jaw dropped. And he was like, are you kidding me? So, I mean, for somebody who really doesn't even game into that sense, I mean, like I said, I think I was over hearing Jay saying earlier in the podcast, like it was the Killer Instinct Battletoads that they were pretty much throwing out.
Hyping up,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? If it was to that graphic fidelity, I mean, I think it would be more appealing. Now, face value of you looking at it, bro, I mean, to anybody, man, it's like, what the fuck? Now, the meat and potatoes of the game may be there. Same thing with Streets of Rage, But it's the art style that chose to do, bro, is more insulting to the consumer. So.
And again, like Streets of Rage, from what I understand, Yellow, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Those characters never guest starred on a game that would lead people to believe that their art style and the type of game would change.
Mm-hmm.
Were they?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So this art style is all right. It's still side-scrolling. They changed a different little style. It's not like, bit anymore. It's more like comic book art style. I find it all right, bro. It's very, very similar to like Street Fighters with the sprites. And like I said, I'm all right with that. If Battletoads was going to lead us to believe that they would stay in that same area, they probably should have never hyped people up on the Killer Instinct version of Battletoads, which they did. And they did it multiple times, not just releasing the character, but hyping up the reveal of that character in that game. And then, Phil Spencer wearing that fucking shirt around, hyping that shit up. Like, he did the same thing Sean Layden did with Crash Bandicoot. The same exact
but two different events.
What you say?
If you're talking about Sean Layden, that's two different events. It wasn't the same event.
I know it was a
In
different.
26,
No, he's just saying they did
I think it was in
the same type of marketing, Adam. That's what he's talking about.
Same type of marketing. It was the same type of.
It was in 2016 when Sean Lennon wore that fucking T-shirt. And wait, was it 2016 or 2015? He wore that T-shirt. 2016 they announced it in some form factor, and they showed you Spyro, which a lot of people thought, is that what it's going to look like? We don't know. But the fact of the matter is, it's also, like you mentioned, right, it's art style. So I do agree with Fatal on the aspects where gamers tend to overstep their anticipations, and we've seen this from like games, but also events like State of Play. The amount of times where people over fucking expectate shit, and it's like you don't get what you want, and it's like because you're over, you're expecting too much.
You're building the anticipation up when you don't even know what the fucking.
Right, but then again, is it the gamer's fault completely? No. Is it their fault? Is it completely their fault? No. It's half and half. It's a split between the both. Like, I can't blame, like, the way he delivered the whole Battletoads thing, then showed that. But then I can't, like, fuck with the aspects of the fans, or people predicting it was going to be good. Like, as good as what they thought it would be anyway. I thought it was going to be, for me, I always thought Battletoads were going to be like the original, right? It's going to be side-scroller, cartoony. It was not going to be like fucking what you saw on Killer Instinct. Just that's like taking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fucking cartoon and then putting the live-action fucking TV abomination or live-action fucking film abomination on fucking your screen. Like, oh shit, fuck that. That's what it is. That's a great explanation of it. It's like fucking Spy. It's like, well, not Spyro. It's like Sonic. First time we saw him on the fucking film. Oh my god, the fuck is that? Change it now, and then we get it. It's like, oh, you know what? I fucks that. Is what it is, man.
Maybe. Hopefully, they change it. Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I mean, for now.
Where is question on hand? Not to cut anybody off, but where the fuck is that game?
We don't know. That's the problem. They don't want to talk about it.
But this the entire generation.
Because of the outcry that people been getting, I would be scared to put that fucking game out too.
Crackdown was the same. Everyone was like, "When's Crackdown? When's that going to get released?" And it's like literally development hell throughout the whole fucking lifestyle.
Or is Battletoads going to be like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? We're going to release a game that's not complete because we want the fans to help us finish it.
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
did we talk about that topic? That happened this week. Right?
No.
I don't know.
That happened this week.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to hear what Phil has to say about that. The aspect of releasing Grounded, not really a big AAA game, to like early access. Which, by the way, right, when it comes to beta and early, here's the thing: when it comes to beta and early access, just in general in video games, the reason why they do this is because of fucking consoles, right? They have to go through the right circumstances and barriers, which basically are within console gaming. If it was only on PC, they wouldn't have to do early access or demos, which is pretty fucking funny. But yeah, like the fact that they're doing that, man, with that fucking Grounded game, I'm sorry, bro, but any Xbox fan that wants to even remotely fucking
defend that shit,
I'm a defender. I'm a defender right now.
Please don't.
I'm gonna do it.
Like that game.
You already did, Jay, when you bought Dreams.
That game has got to be like a fucking Game Pass game, or it's got to be like fucking $20, man, because that shit is not gonna fucking rock well.
This should be $1, bro.
Fucking yeah, damn right, man.
Well, I'm pretty sure it is gonna be $1. It's gonna be in Game Pass.
I never thought that they were gonna do that though. And look, I didn't expect much from this game, but I did not think that they were gonna come out and say, even though we felt that it was some sort of a passion project, that the one thing we know they should have already had locked down, which was the story, they don't have locked down, and they want the fans to help them, and the game isn't even ready.
I have a question for y'all. We talked about the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. How do y'all think the Switch will size up with the next gen consoles?
Well, who came here and said that they're not like the Switch is a generation before?
Well, it is.
Motherfucker, Competitive was on here. He said it's not about the same generation. So I don't know. I mean, you probably can't compare the Switch to this gen or next gen.
That's like me and
I don't know. I just don't know.
You know what? talking about this because I don't know if you guys I don't know. I'm pretty sure none of you fucking watched this or listened to this. CD Projekt Red this week
Your mouth is cute.
had a PR podcast sort of listening over, right, of their sales of their games, the current aspects of the current situation with Cyberpunk and some other things here and there. So far, we know that from the gist of it was that the Cyberpunk is coming out still in September, right? Apparently, still on track. It will, if stuff does happen, they'll probably release it digitally. Also, the sense where they talked about PlayStation apparently. Xbox Smart Delivery, and obviously PlayStation not having having two SKUs. Now the thing is, right, which a lot of people made sure of this because Xbox dudes, which we will go back to, the aspects of the give and take sort of thing. Xbox dudes like what's his name? Paris, I think his name was. I think here's the thing. I don't think the reason why he didn't write it was because he couldn't, because he didn't have enough fucking characters, right? But then again, that's a bullshit excuse because you can easily have written it underneath, which he actually did do. And within this, it says that the reason why it is mentioned, the reason why PlayStation have two SKUs right at this moment is because they haven't, basically the Projekt Red's mentioned that they don't want to jump the gun, and that they don't know what Sony are doing. So they're waiting for Sony to announce what they are going to be doing, whether it's a $10, $5, or a free update, right? Which is good to obviously listen to, but most people won't listen to that. They will just retweet somebody else's tweet and be like, hey, PlayStation not doing smart delivery, there's no 2 SKU. Bullshit, they are probably, you have to wait and see on that news. Now,
2 SKUs? That's what you said?
No, that hasn't been confirmed yet. That's what I'm saying, basically. But Xbox fans are saying that we are going to have a 2 SKUs. So we have a PS5 version and a PlayStation 4 version. So if you want to buy the game on PS4, you have to buy it again on the PlayStation 5 at full price. That's what I'm trying to say. But that is bullshit because it has yet to be confirmed. And CD Projekt Red's marketing and PR that were in this talk mentioned that was a lie, right? Or they were just cleaned up instantly saying that we're waiting for Sony to announce something, which is good, because it means that Sony might be doing smart delivery or some sort of thing. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I had an epiphany on this fucking smart delivery.
Oh, shit.
And as much as a lot of Xbox fans are talking about it, X, Y, and Z, awesome, great, Fuxia, blah, blah, whatever the fuck it may be, what I'm trying to wrap my head around is how, when it comes to smart delivery, that is only gonna, I feel like that feature is only gonna stay around for the long run for Xbox games, right? When it comes to third-party games like COD, FIFA, Madden, Cyberpunk, and etc., right? I will probably give it around 1.5 to 2 years until most third-party developers cross over to next gen. I can only see FIFA, Madden, like some of those games, right, staying in between generations to get as much money as they fucking can. But theoretically, most fucking studios will jump over to next gen priorly. Which means that this whole smart delivery thing has only got a very short fucking lifespan, in my opinion. Only on the basis of their own fucking games. And I understand that it's a cool idea, yes, but it's like any other fucking gimmick, right? It will only last for a bit before it just fizzles out, and it only benefits, like I'm saying, Xbox Game Studio games, where you can buy on Xbox One, you can go on Series X, and you can go on PC. But when it comes to like buying a new COD, right, a couple years down the line, you're only going to be able to play that on PS5 and Xbox Series X and PC, but you're not going to be able to play that on the old consoles and the new consoles because they would have went over. It's like GTA 6, whenever the fuck that game comes out. They're not going to do 2 SKUs where you buy it on PS4 and you can get it on PS5. They're going to go straight to PS5. They're not going to fucking...
One long-ass epiphany. God damn, it's a long...
No, I understand, but do you not agree with me on that? It's only going to benefit Xbox's games in the long run, but when it comes to third-party games... I should have said this, because it's a short term of it. But, yeah, like I'm saying, it will benefit them in the long run for their own studios. But when it comes to third party, it's going to be like fucking short. It's going to be really fucking short. Like, and not a lot of Xbox fans want to talk about it or talk in that sort of state of mind because they want to think of it as a positive, which I can understand. But I'm sorry, that is they're going to have to come to this conclusion, Big Money, and it will happen. A lot of things that Xbox have said, I've mentioned before, they're showing you but not telling you much, whereas PlayStation are telling you but not showing you. And obviously, it's funny to me because somebody put this up. I think it was CNN or some bullshit. I don't know what it was. Or CCN. J-Dub fucking retweeted it. And PlayStation fans are to blame for this shit. But the PlayStation DualSense controller has got more of a fucking reaction than the entire fucking console of Xbox. And that is kind of sad because Xbox really should be winning this narrative because they're being so fucking crystal clear with what they're trying to do. Whereas PlayStation have literally just been doing drips and drabs and they just did that and they have a more bigger outlining than what they've already done. That's fucking crazy, bro.
Because PlayStation has a legacy of always delivering. Xbox just
I can understand but we got like fucking Is there a I heard it.
That's you.
Bro.
Nobody laughed one more time.
Why? Why you want me to laugh one more time?
Alright, somebody just left. Alright, there you go. Yes, like I was saying, Big Mike, it's just crazy. The fucking they released the console. They shook everything off, right? They done everything to a fucking T. Oh, who is that, bro? Is that yellow?
Nah, probably.
Yeah, it's yellow. Yeah, so what's cool again? Like, it's just bonkers to fucking have that. Like, that is a natural fucking thing. Like, they released the console, released everything, they're being crystal, they're doing everything right. And even to that degree, they're like, yo, here's the fucking controller. And, like, people are fucking going apeshit over it. They're getting, like, whether it's negative or positive, right? Like, again, people didn't like the colour scheme. Some people were doing troll pictures of, like, it looking like Mario's fucking dungarees and shit like that. Again, though, people were just fucking going off on that shit. And then yesterday, Jay, you put a picture of a new concept console. That shit fucking fire. If that's the when PlayStation do a reveal of the console as well as the controller and some more things, imagine how that's gonna fucking be like. That's gonna be a fucking bombshell.
That concept, would I love it to look like that? Yes, but whatever the console looks like, I'm letting people know whether you hate it or you gotta love it. It's gonna be less boring than that big ass brick.
Oh yeah, big time. I'm not being rude to Xbox, man, but
that's what I think people need to understand about the hype of this controller. We're not like Xbox fans.
Fucking the Switch has
the one thing I've noticed about this controller, though, Adam, is the edits. The edits, because this controller has a lot of space. Okay, so I see like the round parts going across from each other where the buttons are in the D-pad. They don't have that. It's very smooth now. The round parts on the analog stick, again, very smooth now. And then it's rounder and it's bigger. It has a lot of space on the controller to do artwork. And that's why people were doing a lot of edits.
Here's the thing about this whole controller situation as well, because obviously a lot of people said they don't like it, so on and so forth. A lot of people that actually have a fucking like a mind on them, are holding their sort of like they're holding their like verdict on the controller until they actually get the fucking play with the fucking thing, right? They have it in their fucking hands because that's the main fucking thing, right? It's not the way the controller looks. It's again how it fucking feels in your hand, right? And obviously a lot of people said like, offset fucking analog stick, should Sony go with what Xbox do? Fuck no. I mean, obviously everyone else has done it, yes, but like that doesn't mean that PlayStation need to do it. And like it's all based on opinions. People like the PlayStation controller more than the Xbox controller. People don't like those analog sticks because again, you got one thumb. Ryan McCarthy said like it's supposed to be that way and it's normal. And when wait, that's normal. You wouldn't have your thumb next to your other thumb. Like making them like completely tandem. It's like I don't get that, but apparently that's okay.
Yo,
I mean, in that sense, it's like Goonies from Sloth from the Goonies.
Ryan
That's what they start to look at. I don't know.
Wait, Ryan McCarthy, RGM?
Yeah, Ryan McCarthy, from IGN. That like, again, him and Greg Miller both part of a poll on what people like, symmetrical or fucking offset, right? And it was 50-50. That's the funny thing on both of them. I think one of them obviously won, but not by a fucking big ass margin. It was very fucking close. But like, this is the sort of, I mean, that's an ongoing fucking debate with people. It's like, what's the better controller, PlayStation or Xbox? And it's like, I have a fucking clue. I don't give a shit.
What I like is that it obviously has a lot of space for artists to do stuff. That's why we're seeing the edits. And look, at the end of the day, like you said, it's about the image. And there are more people that are agreeing with what I'm saying. You can do better edits and draw on it and make the controller look better than what it looks. And that right there matters to a lot of people. I can't tell you how I noticed them. I didn't pay for them, but there were a lot of websites when the PS4 controller came out that would allow you to customize your controller, but I never used them. But they were there day one in 2013. It's a huge market for custom controllers.
I mean, it's also to say as well, right? Because I mean, again, a very rare amount of people actually spoke about the control in this way, and I like the fact that people were doing this, and that is one of the things that a lot of people praise of the PlayStation controller, instead of like again from the Xbox controller, is how much of an innovation they are actually doing with that controller compared to Xbox. Obviously, Xbox, not the excuse of not changing the controller is that it's perfect. It doesn't need to be reformed or whatever, and I do agree with that in some retrospect. But yes, not to say that you rest on your fucking morals, right? PlayStation DualShock 4 was one of probably the best controllers, right? And it was clear that even though that was the case, they could still improve on some things, right? In which they've done with the DualSense. They've done, the light bar is different. Again, the analog sticks are a little bit better. The grip around the back's better. It's also the sense of USB-C, and obviously the triggers, the rumbles, stuff like that. And there's some other things that they haven't talked about yet, like the create button and some more things as well. Again, there's a lot that they haven't discussed.
Why they're not showing the back of the controller though? I really want to know.
Buttons back there, and I think they got that shit.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Again, like it comes that in sense of like there is more. It's funny because there is more innovation in that controller than what there was with the Xbox Series X controller, which literally just looks like a fucking another fucking controller.
Bro, Spartan, did you see that alternate controller I put up? The one from Amazon, it's called Power A controller. It looks just like the new one.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Bro, I was trying to tell that dude, bro, it's not fake. It's by a third party, but it looks so similar, you wouldn't know it's any different, bro. Outside of it, one having a cord and one being wireless. Like, it is a boring
Power A be doing some really decent, really cool controllers because they just did a few. They do a bunch of them for the Switch. There's third party,
yeah,
and they're fucking awesome looking. I think I own one.
Is that Power A made a controller so similar to this new next generation Xbox controller, and it's like it came so fucking close. It's only missing like one button. Because the Xbox
some of these new ones. I'm looking at God of War one, which is white and red. I'm looking at one Spider-Man one, Death Stranding with black sort of handprints and the gold sort of triggers and analog stick.
Bro, I just they off of Instagram, bro. Like, it's so many great controllers.
Let me just check. I
think Power A just did the 2 for the Switch for Animal Crossing that runs on batteries, but they have rumble features in them because a lot of them don't have rumble features. I think the 2 that they just did that's wireless with batteries have rumble features in them now for people who want the rumble but don't want to pay the Pro Controller for it.
It's crazy, bro. But yeah, that was look. I didn't see any pop anywhere. Did anybody see a pop for the Xbox Series X controller? There's not at one point.
Because again, they announced it with the fucking console.
Yeah,
well,
they announced it with the console. I think that was a bad move for them. They showed off their console and controller way too early.
No, they could. I mean, they did the console first in there, and then they did the reveal. They did the full specs reveal. Well, they half the spec reveal, then they did the full spec reveal with the fucking controller. And it was like,
bro, they showed off the controller in December. Like, okay, so the
I'm talking about the full thing though, Jay. The full. If that's true, I'm talking about the full thing though. I'm talking about
full controller, again, like 3-dimensional and shit. Yeah, I think
I'm talking about when they revealed the whole specs of the thing. They talked about the cooling system. They talked about the controller. They talked about again, from top to bottom, what this thing looked like inside this fucking box. Like, I'm talking about that, man. Like, they literally, I think, like, no one fucking talked about it. Like, the Digital Foundry as well as Austin Evans that actually were hands-on with this thing didn't talk shit about the controller. They just went, yeah, it looks like an Xbox controller. It's great. It was good. That was it.
He was throwing his little shade, bro. He was, because I saw his video that he did.
What?
I saw Austin Evans DualSense video. It was very condescending and literally like the jabs you throw at people. We try to be like, you say slick.
For 1 minute, I stopped watching, bro.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the thing is with his video about the DualSense is that, again, a lot of people sort of said, you can't make a fucking video on a bit of tech that you don't fucking have, or you haven't had hands-on with.
The thumbnail is him, like he.
Yeah, I know, it's misleading, and people fucking were in his comment section as well as myself saying you're misleading people in the sense of. And I think, I don't know if it was I think it was him on Twitter, he apologized for doing that shit. And I don't think he's changed it though, that's the problem. Like, that is the most fucked up thing.
It's still there.
He's still there, yeah. You know, it's like, a YouTuber called Drifter talked about, the built-in mic being a big problem, like, with button mashing. He over-exaggerates on the fucking button mashing, like, tapping shit. And it's like, do you not think that again, and this was in the blog post, they've tested this from top to bottom based on different hand sizes, all these other bits and bobs, that would be the case for controllers. And I'm thinking to myself, you don't think they've tested that? Like, do you think something that stupid to put a built-in microphone where it doesn't fucking negate that shit? Like, you gotta be fucking crazy, my friend, man. Like, and a lot of people gave that guy shit as well, because it's true, like, yeah. But I just want to mention, Jay, also on the PlayStation 5 aspect, the demo that we saw of Spider-Man with speed, that was a pre-early built fucking dev kit, which was running at a lower fucking speed. So they're basically saying that shit will be running at a faster fucking rate than what it originally is, which sounds fucking awesome. That's a cool little tidbit.
I'm excited for next gen. I got tons of games in my backlog to lead me into next gen, so I'm straight. But whenever we see it, I can't wait.
And 90% of them you'll never play.
Hey, Fatal, by the way,
what? I downloaded all 90%. I'm gonna play each and every one of them. Might not finish them though.
I doubt that.
I don't know about Mafia 3 and.
I will say this though, man. I love the game. I really do. It's one of my favorite games on the PS2. But Capcom, seriously, go fuck yourself. Like, I've got to put this out there.
Talking about Resident Evil.
I'm talking about the Resident Evil fucking 4 remake. Capcom.
They said they doing it.
Bag, bro.
Yeah, they came out and they confirmed it. Yeah.
They basically confirmed whatever it is. But we all said it was going to fucking happen, and everyone on Twitter is saying, why are you not remaking Onimusha, Dino Crisis, or Code Veronica Correct? Games that actually need a fucking remake. They've remade that game so many fucking times. Not remake, they remastered that game so many fucking times, bro. Give it a fucking break, man. Seriously.
Yo, listen here.
Hey, man, you know what? I got a real bad feeling that this whole generation is going to be majority remaked.
Yep.
This next generation gonna be mostly
Yo, big money. The people that are making the remake to 4 are basically Blue Point at this point. They will be doing remakes of old Capcom games, where it will be like a Resident Evil Code Veronica eventually, or Outbreak, or.
I mean, I'm not even like, my whole thing is I don't care about the remake. Just bring parts 2 and 3 to the Switch. Yeah, I mean, we got a fucking gap there. 2 and 3.
No.
We get 2 and 3.
No, leave it off the Switch.
You know what the thing is, though, buddy?
No. But my point is, we have 0, we have 1, we have 4, 5, and 6. Can you please bring 2 and 3?
I'm sorry, but I'm with Sobody on this. I feel like they will be putting more utility in making fucking a Switch version of remake to 2 and 3 than fucking remaking 4. That's just fucking my opinion. Like, they should just do it. Like, I understand Resident Evil 4 is one of the best Resident Evil games, or one of them, again, based on opinions, but everybody on Twitter is not liking that news. No one is going, yay! They're going, fuck off, Nintendo. And the thing is, we all know that game's gonna sell as well. We all know, even though I'm saying fuck Nintendo, fuck Capcom, right?
Capcom. Yeah.
I probably am going to be that person that's going to fucking go and buy Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm saying,
I am too.
That's the thing, right? I'm saying fuck Capcom, but I'm probably going to fucking buy it, which is negating my whole aspect of it. But it is that case, like, Code Veronica is right there in front of you, Outbreak in front of you, and you're like, yeah, this is remake 4. You fuckers, bro.
By the way, just in case I didn't know, there's 12 versions of Resident Evil 4 over the years. 12 right now, currently. 12. There's 12 versions of that. So
I know I picked up
a PS2 being the shit.
Somebody just tweeted out, right, a fucking picture of Yu-Gi-Oh! Holding a batch of cards and replaced the cards with Switch versions and PS4 versions of fucking Resident Evil 4. Fact.
The Wii version to this day is still the best.
What's going on, True Witty? You
please save that picture and send it to Discord, bro.
I will, bro. I will. Give me a minute, man. Give me a minute. Yeah. Nah, bro. I'm sorry. It's just like. It's just bonkers, bro. It's.
I mean, like I said, I got
the Wii version of Resident Evil 4 remastered is definitely by far the best.
I mean, like.
Yeah, I didn't talk to you about some things. What's going on? Sorry, I'm going to talk to you about later on about Resident Evil 3, man. Because here's the thing, Resident Evil with the 2 remakes, right? I liked 3 story and characters. I didn't like 2 story and characters, but I liked the fucking atmosphere of 2 and the aesthetic. But I didn't like it for fucking 3. Like, but I've got to talk to you about it, man. Because, dude, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. On Inferno mode, right, when I got to the last boss, that motherfucker killed me so many fucking times, I got pissed. He's a dick.
I told you.
He's a dick. Alright, I sent it through Discord anyway, but yes, nobody, go ahead.
I was just saying, all these remakes, for I don't care what company, what console, or whatever, we're getting so many remakes, but of shit that's been remade before. Why can't you remake something that we haven't seen in a long fucking time?
Because it would take time and money.
Well, it's going to take them time and money to do remakes of all these remakes.
No.
I do want to know what the sales were for Resident Evil 3. Because if the sales were like a little bit lower than 2, Resident Evil 2 remake, I will fucking laugh if that was their decision to make fucking 4. And I feel like the reason why they're making 4 is because they know that shit's gonna fucking sell like hotcakes, because it is fucking Resident Evil. Like, again, people like Die Hard fans, Dino Crisis, Code Veronica, those guys are gonna buy it, right? Yeah, awesome, great. But like, how many people actually fucking remember Code Veronica or Dino Crisis? I wouldn't say like a fucking shit ton, but like I would say a fair margin. But when I say it's more than people that bought Resident Evil 2 and 3, maybe not. I don't know. Like, question mark? I don't know, man. But like, what's everybody saying, man? I fucking agree. Like, redo that later on, like way later on, bro. Like, because when did we get the remake to 4 on PS4? What was it? A couple years ago? 3 years ago?
Yep.
Fuck that. Yeah, fuck that. Remake 2.
I was pissed off because I got the PS3 remake or remaster, and I couldn't even play that one. So they wanted me to buy it again, and that's what I was pissed
Remake,
off about.
like, here's what they should do, right? And again, because this is the studio that's making these remakes now is now headed by the former former lead at Platinum Games, I think, right? Which is great, awesome. You know, again, I think his talent is kind of wasted. I'm not gonna lie, because you're making remakes at this point in time. Maybe you'll get to make an original game. Don't know. But the thing is, it kind of feels like to me what they're doing is they're using that one for remakes, and then they're going to be having their main team work on this Resident Evil 8 game, which I really fucking hope,
which is going to be garbage.
Saw from Resident Evil 3, they added a little cutscene at the end of 3, nodding at the fact that maybe, just fucking maybe, this might be a sequel to 8, might be a sequel to 3, and carry on with Jill. Maybe Chris, maybe Leon, I don't fucking know. It would be great if they did that.
I don't know, man. The stuff that I've been reading, dude, the stuff that I've been reading about all these rumors going around, dude, like Ethan's back in it, fucking the whole loop, bro. The whole fucking loop.
But I just, while you were talking, Adam, a crazy idea just passed through my head. So you know how Biggie, you and Fatal were saying that, you know, these $60 for these remakes is getting ridiculous and blasey, which I can understand, but is it your opinion that you think they're following Nintendo's model? Because they're looking at Nintendo selling all this shit for $60 full price and nobody's complaining, and it's selling like hotcakes. So now they're bringing that experience to PlayStation and Xbox experience.
I don't disagree with that. I think that's what they're doing.
Didn't the PS4 in the beginning of this gen sell full price remasters?
What game? Oh,
God
of War was God of War 3 was
no,
it wasn't 60.
No, the third party ones.
The third party ones, yeah, I can't speak for those. Yeah, they were trying to get away with that.
Yeah, come on.
Third party ones.
Well, I mean, Nintendo thing, yeah, I think so at this point. Milk as much money as you can. While you can.
Because like that's one thing about Nintendo. Nintendo's gonna be
$40 each.
Crash Spyro was
$40. Games though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's kind of
how old their game is. They do not care.
I mean, you gotta look at that. Capcom released fucking Resident Evil on the Switch for like $30.
Yeah,
and people ate that shit up. Like that's the first Resident Evil.
Yeah,
like I bought the double pack, which was $40, but it had 2 games in it.
That's like Modern Warfare 2 remaster, right? That recently came out. Everyone was like, you know, talking about the price, and the funny thing is that they've actually sold a shit ton of copies of that, and it's only the fucking single player. Why is that? Because it's a remaster of a classic fucking campaign of what a lot of people love, me included. I think that's one of the best fucking Call of Duty campaigns they've actually made.
Oh, yeah.
And people fucking ate that shit up. And the thing is, if people eat that shit up, remasters or remakes, whatever it may be, Snowbline's absolutely right. Like, literally, if people were fucking buying that shit, right, like, why should we lower the price? People are buying it. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, it's, like, think of it this way, right? With Activision, everyone their games, right? And this kind of comes from my own, this comes from my own fucking experience. Last year, Sekiro came out, right? Loads of us were playing it, I wasn't, and I got it this year, right? I was waiting for that game to go down in price at some fucking point in time. It never fucking did. It's been full price, it's still somewhat at full price in the UK. The only way I could get a cheaper copy is from eBay or some person on Facebook, whatever it may be, that's selling it. When it comes to Activision, or certain other companies, basically publishers, they will not lower the price of their games if they're still fucking selling. They just won't. If the game is still fucking selling, like GTA 5, that game has been lowered from obviously it isn't a full price game, but it's only lowered to a certain degree. People are still fucking buying it. And they're still
lower your price
money
if your game is selling. That would be silly because then you won't earn the profits.
Yeah.
You know, hey y'all know what surprised me, man? When I looked on the that Death Stranding is $30, I'm like, whoa.
The game should only be $5.
Cut
That shit should have been that shit should have been canceled.
No, I mean, like, say, bro, like, it's going down.
I hardly agree. Fuck that game.
No, bro, I'm not giving that shit no pass. That game was just dog shit, bro. Like, he just rushed that out just to see it.
Hey, bro, like, oh my god, man. I feel sorry for Kojima, man. I really do.
I don't.
Why?
I feel sorry for him,
curious.
man.
He had the biggest budget in the world for that game.
That's why.
He said
then why do you
that game, though. No, I feel sorry for him.
If we're talking about Kojima, bro, like, that is a definition of a fucking passion project, not fucking grounded.
That's one thing they need to stop doing.
No, bro. If we're gonna talk about this shit, right? Here's the thing, right? He got a shit ton of money to make that game, right? He made sure he utilized all that money for his quote-unquote passion project. He set out to do that shit, got it out, and he fucking nailed it, right? On his spectrum. And obviously people, depending on who it is, loved or hated that game, right? For me, personally, I fucking loved it for what it was. And to be honest, if that game came out right fucking now, bro, that game would be hitting like fucking anything right now. Because that game would be perfect.
The only reason it would be hitting is because everything else is getting delayed and there's nothing to play.
That sounds
Imagine that game came out this right now, bro.
There's nobody. Did you want to
talking
answer?
about the narrative of the game being isolated?
Yeah, I'm talking about the fucking narrative of the game, bro. Are you fucking crazy?
A lot of people not understand. It had a very, very similar narrative to everything that's going on right now.
Oh, I got you.
Like that, bro. Social distancing, all that crap, that stay indoors, all that crap, like that bull crap. And you bring out this game digital only, where the fuck it is, you can't bring it out physically, and people are like, yo, what's this game? They start playing like, yo, this is, I mean, it's
and that's trending you outside.
But it's pretty fucking dope. I mean, you got little stories there. I mean, fuck, look at Animal Crossing. Look at Animal Crossing, bro.
Did it sell 1 million copies? Did Death Stranding at least sell 1 million copies?
Yeah, it probably has. Again, like Sony. Here's the thing, right? Because again, like it is this sense, right? The only time where Sony will announce or PlayStation will announce sales, right, is if they hit 3 million the fucking first 3 days, or maybe 2 million the first 3 days, right? That's when they'll announce shit, right? This game's been out since December. I'm pretty sure that game's reached 1 million, easy, but. Right now, it kind of feels like
it failed, bro.
I'm probably saying at least maybe 1 million, 1.2 mil, 1.2 mil, right? That's where it's at right now. It's not again.
Adam, I would have never thought it would have went down to $30. $30.
Why not?
Right before the
dropped.
Let me put it this way: he should understand the game not selling anymore.
Wait a minute. Metal Gear Solid.
Wait a minute. That and the fact that you got to think about it, it's going $30 right before the PC launch. They're trying to get as many sales on the PlayStation 4 as they can.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. I was just about to say that. Thanks. Nobody literally just took it right out of my mouth, man. Right out of my mouth.
Actually, I can see the PC version actually selling more, dude.
I got that game.
Okay,
it's like Horizon Zero Dawn.
At least somebody will actually create a mod that'll make the game fucking fun.
Well,
wait, hold on. Hey, Jay. Have we got Horizon Zero Dawn 3 on Plus? Yeah.
Yeah,
do we get
another game?
Yeah, that's a good idea, Adam.
No. Answer the question. Have we got it free on PlayStation Plus?
No, not yet.
No. Alright, here's again easy predicament. Right, this is my prediction. That will be a PlayStation Plus game before it comes out for PC. And again, you can get it free on PlayStation Plus, and then you have to spend, like Snowy Bunny says, $60, $50 on a fucking full price game with obviously the DLC bits and bobs. Fucking easy, bro. I can read them shit like, oh, I think that's gonna fucking happen.
That'd be a nice little bundle. I mean,
bro, because
and I need them to do the same thing with Horizon Zero Dawn.
How much is it based right now? $10
for Plus before they put it on PC.
No, because you gotta pay.
Hey, I was surprised that they put Spider-Man on PlayStation Now. I was real surprised over that.
I They're trying to sell that to people, and I think they're doing a good job every now and then. Put an exclusive on there temporarily.
They are. I feel like I'm says right now. PlayStation Now. I says newest times. When they get a good event, I have a massive feeling that they're going to revamp.
Okay, buddy.
No, it's not.
I tell you that shit every time, Jay. They are going to revamp PS Now when they do the reveal event for PS5.
I know they are.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this. PS Now is a DRM like thing. If Sony wanted to, bro, you could have backwards compatibility with PS3 games natively on PS4.
Yeah.
PS Now is a license checker, bro. That's why you pay for it, because they have to pay for a license.
Here's the thing, right? Xbox already doing this whole ultimate shit with, Game Pass and that. I can easily fucking see Sony just basically, fundamentally, either ripping PS Now out of the equation and just calling it PlayStation Plus and call it one fundamental fucking thing, or again, they just bundle it, both the fucking things for the price of a year, whatever it may be. And again, the whole backwards compatibility bullshit, which, by the way, I've said this before, when it comes to Xbox backwards compatibility, it was clear that no one was buying into that fucking shtick, right? Until they started putting backwards compatibility games on fucking Game Pass. Because again, not a lot of people owned 360 games or Xbox games, right? They didn't want to go back and get those fucking games and, whatever it may be. And they saw the numbers. So, you know what? Let's put these games on Game Pass. Make it easier for people to get based on getting this thing for $1 or $14 and going over. And it's it's literally right in front of you. The evidence is there. They use Game Pass for backwards compatibility, but also their own first-party games and some other third parties that they can get them. That's why they're doing it. Again, I'm looking at the Xbox Series X, what they've been doing from the outside in, right? With smart delivery, fucking backwards compatibility, and I can see what they're doing, which in some vast majority of eyes is good, because they're like, pro-consumer, la-di-da-da. But if you look closely, real fucking close, you start to see the fucking cracks, it is not as big of a deal as what you think it is. It's kind of like the haptic fucking feedback triggers in PS DualSense, right? It's a great idea. Switch have done that, though. That's the thing. They did the whole Ice Cube fucking thing, the gimmick sort of thing, and they haven't really utilised it nearly as much, right, as what they want it to be. And I look at that, and I think to myself, will they do that? I don't know.
Sounds like a trash bag. What happened?
Well, I feel like the haptic triggers, if Sony are going to do that, it's kind of like the touchpad situation with the DualShock 4. I hope that they utilise those triggers to the fullest capability, because that'll be fucking awesome. Like somebody said, imagine Spider-Man 2 with the haptic triggers. That shit's going to... If they use that to perfection, ooh, that's going to fucking feel good. That's going to feel real fucking good. I can't wait.
Oh my god.
I just want to see the fast travel shit, because you get a PS5, apparently, Ghost of Tsushima will have no waypoints and no load screens to tell you where to go, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I believe. So I think
it's like Death Stranding in a sense.
Right. So we might be getting a glimpse of how games are going to be on PS5 just by the PS4 games, like God of War. Have y'all noticed? God of War didn't really have loading screens. They had cutscenes, but
they did have loading screens, but depending on how fast you're playing. If you were speed running through it, you would hit a load screen eventually. But again, it's one-shot camera situation where they made sure that shit didn't happen, because if it did, I don't know, but they did perfect job that shit. But yeah, it goes back to that conversation of who's poking who, right, with Xbox and PlayStation. And I agree with Snowboy, but also, again, I disagree, because it kind of bends both fucking ways. And if the initial outcome of this was that, after the VGAs, I think early January, right, you got people from the RDX, like Cold Dealer and so on and so forth. Again, these guys just tweeting aggressively about the same called Blue Violet, which keeps fucking saying that we have got RDNA 1.5, we haven't got 2, and all this other bullshit about specs and crap like that. And it's a lot of PlayStation fans are like, listen, right? When the games come out, that's when you're going to start to see fucking things differ. Because again, you know, like we see with Resident Evil 3, right? Run on the X and the Pro. And they've recently done the update where they've had to diminish the resolution to what the Pro is right now. And it still doesn't run as good. Which is fucking bonkers, by the way, because that's an update. And it's supposed to be more powerful console than the Pro. But it's still running somewhat worse, a little bit, slightly worse than the Pro. Which is weird.
But y'all not getting it, bro. Like, the Xbox One X GPU is fast as fuck, right? The CPU cannot keep up. So remember, when CPU can't keep up, they send tasks to the GPU. So basically, the CPU got to handle the CPU tasks and the rendering, you know, the resolution and shit. So basically, the GPU is doing 2 tasks. The Xbox One X, even though the resolution is the same, it looks better still. So there's still GPU usage in it. So, you know, even though it's like reconstruction, it still looks cleaner than the Pro. So it's like when you do super sampling, you might be at 1080p, but the image is 4K. So it's like that. That's why it's not going to run as stable as the Pro, because the Pro has its resolution, it has its graphics, and it has a resolution frame rate set, and that's it. The Xbox is the set resolution, but the graphics settings are higher. But it looks better a little than the Pro. That's why. By the way,
thing. Again, like some people can't wrap their heads. Again, people that are not far deep into tech, and I've said this numerous times, right? How funny it is to see a lot of the fucking Twitter people, and this is including the RDX boys, which, by the way, 2 years ago or a year ago, they had no fucking knowledge of
you guys hear about Ghost
and
of
hardware
details about no waypoints?
I just said that, bro.
Yeah, we just talked about that. But again, like, you know, 2 years ago, right? You know, Colt dealing with all of this stuff. They were talking about games. We weren't talking about fucking hardware, right? Nearly as extensive as what they are right now. And the funny thing is, to me, is that how many and this is, I'm just going around the Xbox guys right now. How many of them have now got somehow a PhD in fucking computer science? I'm like, when the fuck did you get an education in this shit? And it's like, oh, I learned this shit on the fucking internet. Huh. It's like, yeah, fuck off. Like, I see all the technology crap and all this mobs, but I'm not gonna tie up my bow tie or fucking tie and be like, hey, I'm a smart ass, I know everything about this shit. I fucking don't. And these guys are riding this wave of saying, we know everything about the fucking hardware. But then, I've mentioned this numerous times, when these consoles come out, right, and the hardware talk is over, what are you guys going to talk about afterwards? Games? Because you clearly have no fucking knowledge in that shit. Because you don't talk about that. Like, you got a guy called fucking Tim Dog that fell asleep at one of their conferences, and some more shit like that. You've got Colt Eastwood that literally replied to, I think, Crap Game or something like that, saying he would allow Phil Spencer and Aaron Gruber to fuck his own wife.
What?
Wow.
You are talking to these guys in the spectrum of, again, these guys have said some really fucking stupid shit, right? And
Wait.
Adam,
run that back, bro.
Guys, they're great.
No, bro. Run that back, bro. They said they were that Aaron Greenberg.
Yes, I'm being down serious. Basically, I think it was Crap Game, I'm pretty sure, said, so you're telling me, would you let Phil Spencer or Aaron Gruber fuck your wife? And he goes, yes. If that was me, and again, theoretically speaking, I had a girlfriend and wife, and I said that shit, I would let her, if she heard me say that, and she goes, what the fuck you say to me? Alright, hey babe, hit me now. I'm a fucking idiot. Bam. Fuck it. Done. I'm sorry, bro. Like, this is, again, people have given me shit like that. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Umar or someone. I think it was, Frostbite. He gave me a bunch of fucking shit. And I remember Jay mentioned this to me. I think Son Sounds mentioned this to me. I've seen it previously from, I think Crap Game News on the show talked about it. Right? there are some stupid things these guys have said, right? And they think that shit's gonna run like walk away. Nah. Like that's some diehard shit
they said
right
a
there.
lot of stupid shit. And
By the way, y'all know that some of the tech in the PS5 and Xbox Series X is cloud based, right?
I don't know.
No, did y'all know that, right? The ray tracing aspect.
I wouldn't be surprised. Everybody wants to move to the cloud. There's a slow way to introduce to PlayStation players.
Yeah, textures would be rendered in. So did you notice that they said that? And not just be the GPU, the SSD. The SSD has cloud tech in it, in which your textures would be loaded in. They're going to be downloaded. Watch. And they're only going to render in when you look at it. Didn't Microsoft have a patent for that in 2015?
What was that?
I don't know, bro. I lost track of all of that type of shit, bro.
Wait. What's that? What did he say?
Where when Microsoft had a patent in 2015, 2016, in which they have the ability for your games, the textures and everything, to be loaded into your game instantaneously from the cloud.
Yeah.
But it was never put into the Xbox One X because they couldn't. But with the SSD, the way they speaking, I think that's the tech that both of them have in there. I think that's why Sony did the Azure thing when they did. Because as soon as they did that, this RDNA started being talked about more often. But yeah. By the way,
they probably did.
No, I don't have it wrong. I really don't, because the pattern they have is cloud rendering. Basically, everything is rendered in the cloud. Everything, destruction, textures, everything.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that, but look, me personally, I'm not a tech expert when it comes to this new technology because it is new to me. So are you saying that both systems are going to render ray tracing in the cloud and it won't be...
I think the textures things... No. It's going to be hardware accelerated, but I think the ray tracing...
Are you saying that we're going to have to stay connected to the online in order to do proper ray tracing?
I really think so. Yeah, textures being rendered in SSD and all of that. Certain games, yeah, I really think that we remain connected to the internet. Streaming, yes, basically streaming. Me and Henry.
I don't know what to say until we get it. I don't know what to say. It's a big discovery for you to say that, but I don't know. I mean, I don't like that, but we have to see. It's new.
I mean, I don't like it either, but I don't think it's just for ray tracing. I'm talking about textures and everything for the SSD.
So you think that's really definitely gonna happen? Nothing's gonna change. You think that's definitely happen?
I really think that's gonna happen.
Okay. I do wonder how much again shading and ray tracing is going to be. I wonder how big this thing's going to be, because a lot of developers are saying that they're using it and doing stuff with it. But I'm like to myself, but to what extent? Are we talking are we talking 50%, or are we talking a full 100 where they're utilizing it to the fullest capability, and whether this will affect how these games fucking run? Because in Battlefield, when Battlefield 5 came out, right, and we again, this was the first full-on foray of the fucking of the ray tracing. No one really was fucking talking about it to the extent where it was groundbreaking. It was just
you got a link, Spartan guy, so I can do a little reading on that. Cloud-based ray tracing on the new consoles.
Oh no, it's not cloud-based ray tracing. It's the your textures being rendered in. I know that was a Microsoft patent. The ray tracing would be hardware accelerated.
Okay, so you're saying that the textures will be cloud-based?
Yeah, I really think so. From your SSD, I think that's how they got to render it in.
Yeah, bro. I tell you what, though, I mean,
I know Huawei got something about that. I know that.
Obviously, just to mention, by the way, because I've been watching a fuck ton of streams play this game, right?
Yeah, this whole week. You're talking about, I see something here from February 5th, 2020, textures. Azure remote rendering, Microsoft documents.
Yeah, I believe that's it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Similar to loading models, there are two variants. of addressing a textured asset and source blob storage. The textures assets can be addressed by something else. Okay.
And they think about mesh shadings, bro. They talk about it only renders with that tool. And then the PS5 has mesh shaders with the geometry engine. I think most of the shit going to be cloud-based, bro. I'm going to be honest with you.
Definitely a disturbing development, if this is true, for both systems. Because I'm look, we're always going to be connected to online some way, shape, or form. But I don't want them to rely so heavily on being connected to online that if you're not connected to online, you can't play any of these games properly because of what you're
Oh, no, not that. I just think that most of the heavy stuff that you're going to need on console is going to be done via the cloud, not the actual system.
Something that I don't like.
There's too much software in these consoles to take the strain off the GPU.
I don't want that to be something they have to rely on, bro. I don't think that's something that they should rely on.
No, because I know somebody in the chat. When Sick was doing his live stream, they was talking about ray tracing, and he was talking about Minecraft. And I'm like, the type of ray tracing they're doing is different from NVIDIA's, but a lot of shit is rendered in that trailer. So I'm like, oh, so a lot of this shit, the 3D rendering is different using Azure. Yes, see, being Henry gets it. There you go. Right. With the internet, but it takes a minute. That's why I think if it take a minute, that's why I think they went with SSDs instead, because they're electronic and the data can read faster.
We're gonna see. Hopefully this isn't a big secret, and hopefully they can give us that information.
What's going again? I'm still watching it.
Either the companies talk about this or the developers start talking about it. So
they're not going to talk about it.
There you go, done it.
I think they're getting that shit done with the SSD though, because the patent is there, doesn't.
I feel like PlayStation are doing stuff very the way PlayStation are they're not cutting corners, but they are the way they're utilizing the architecture of the PS5 is completely different to how the Xbox do it. It kind of feels like Xbox are using brute force power to go for this shit, whereas PlayStation again are using simpler terms and other things like that,
software techniques.
Yeah, smarter ways of how to do shit. Which again, it's fucking Mark Cerny, and I don't give a fuck what anyone says. The guy's fucking more smart than probably anybody at fucking Xbox. I'm just putting it out there. The guy's been around the industry for far longer than what these other guys have, man.
Adam, he's not smarter than.
What's going to get? I'm just gonna say, bro. I've been watching fucking this whole week. I've been watching countless streamers play this Valorant game. I fucking hope this game comes to PlayStation, Xbox, or console.
Look, bro, I've saw a few streamers stream that this weekend, and all I'm gonna say, there's no more excuses for games like that not to come to consoles.
If there's one game that I'm a bit jelly about, and this is me saying
consoles could have been around them.
Exactly,
this is an exclusive game on their platform. This is an exclusive game on their platform right now. Right, Riot Games are here now, the fucking part when it comes to this game. A lot of people are digging it. Again, I used to play a shit ton of Counter-Strike when I was a fucking kid, and I did like Overwatch and Paladin, and literally it's those two blended together, and I've been seeing some dirty-ass fucking gameplay of this, and I'm like, I would love to play this game. And it's only on PC right now, which... I said this before, it's some people, if they want, because again, Riot Games want to make this a big esports game, right? They want it to be with CSGO. And if they want it to be as big as CSGO, the console market is how they're going to be able to get around that. Because, no, and that's what CSGO is not doing. They were on console a brief moment, and they just, I don't know why, but they completely pulled the fucking plug on it. I don't get it. It's just, I don't know why, I really honestly didn't quite get it. But, if Riot Games want a fucking, an opening, next-gen consoles are coming out, man. This game if they drop this news, I think they will within the next few years, probably like 2 years. I feel like when this game is like, they've done it well on PC and they've got the pro aspects of the game, I wouldn't be surprised if they release this on console. It's so good, man. I'm watching Nade Shot play this for like this whole week. Like, and it's just fucking, it's great. Like, I can't get enough of it. It looks so fun. 5-5. I like competitive games as well. Like, I used to play competitive COD back in the day. Used to do GBs, game battles, and stuff like that.
Yo, being Henry is like me, bro. Read what he said in the chat. PS5 is acting more like Apple, getting the hardware to work in perfect harmony with the software. JTech, how many times did I say this on your live stream?
Yeah, you did.
I really compared PS5 and Xbox, Apple, and Android. I said, just like that, you can have a more powerful system, but if the hardware and software do not work together, you won't get the full uses out of it. That's exactly what I said. That's the funny shit. People starting to wake up.
Well, look, I know we're not supposed to listen to stupid, crazy people. I do believe in the next 2 months, they're going to realize that with any type of a tech demo or test of this game, of these games running on PS5's hardware, I can't wait. That's what's really going to shut people up. We can do the console war until the end of time, but the only thing that's going to shut up the other side from PlayStation is for these games to run. Because this is one thing we haven't saw. We have not saw new games running on the Xbox hardware. And think about that. We saw State of Decay being ran on it, Gears 5 being ran on it, but we didn't see any next generation games.
You saw Halo and Hellblade though. That's got to be right.
He said games running on it, like literally running.
Like I'm just joking. Running on Xbox One. I'm sorry, Xbox Series X. What brand new games from third party, which obviously they have to depend on next gen?
Grounded.
Okay, I'm done with you, man. Okay.
That's the thing, though.
That's what I'm saying. Look, we got a game running on PS5 in December, and that's like fucking Godfall, bro.
Yo, Jay, that's like buying a $50,000 fucking PC and only using it for watching porn.
Exactly.
Like,
bro, I understand. We had Godfall running on PS5. We saw Godfall in action. But
that's how I look at Xbox right now. That's how I look at Xbox fans right fucking now. They are literally hyping up all this power. Okay, cool. Have we seen this? No.
Nope.
And it's like,
we haven't saw nothing, bro. And I go back to the fact that the developers had the dev kit a lot later than the developers had the PS5 dev kit. And we gonna see that shit.
What does that mean? Like, that just, if you have power, you have DirectX. And you have Windows and all that, and it's so easy to port. That's not an excuse because
I don't know.
Devs were able to port games from Xbox.
There's no excuse not to have seen something running, something brand new, a new project, a new game for next gen, right? Not for current gen, running on that hardware.
Well, presumably, what's his name?
Xbox Series X.
Just to bring this up, Shinobi on Twitter was in Reddit and basically said, I hope that it isn't just AA small games, and he clarifies that they have some good RPGs, a good sci-fi game that isn't fucking Halo, racing games, more, like, again, some really fucking big fucking games that they're going to be talking about. And obviously, Shinobi, I don't know much about his predictions or whatever it is. I know he reports news on Twitter, but, like, I hope he's fucking right. I hope,
He's a legit guy.
I hope that, what we see from Xbox, because it sounds like both Xbox and PlayStation soon are going to be talking about the games. The things that you're fundamentally going to be buying these consoles for, and lay out the groundwork for what you are going to be experiencing later on this year. That's if they come out, by the way. Because again, both companies feel like they are still on track. Like I said earlier with CD Projekt Red, they seem like they're on track, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm still a bit off on every aspect of this. Like, I don't know. I'm one of the people that hope this coronavirus is gone by fucking summer, like, you know, like, or not stomped out, but still around, but like, again, to the extent where we can go outside, some people can go back to their jobs without having to fear for a virus, and if they do get it, then, you know, you're in better care than what you are right fucking now.
No, bro, you can go back outside. You just still got to be safe, because remember,
exactly. I mean, that's like any fucking virus in a sense. But like, what I'm trying to say is that, again, like, if you do get the coronavirus, right, and you have poor health, you can go to the hospital, get a vaccine or some shit like that will help you shake it off. Because, like, you know, for me, you know, was it this week? Our Prime Minister got fucking corona. He's right now, he's come out of hospital today. He thanked the people there. And again, this is the thing. The funny thing is, last year when we were voting for the Prime Minister, this was a guy that a lot of people saw through the fucking lies and said that you need to give the NHS, which is our, like, you know, a healthcare situation, more money. You should give them, like, you know, the utilities that they need. And when this shit, it's funny. I find it ironic that, you know, this came around and he had to rely on them. Like, you know, to bring him back, you know, in a sense. And I hope he had a different fucking mindset afterwards, because
that shit is real, man.
You need him more than ever. And again, this isn't just healthcare. This is people that are working in fucking stores,
Adam,
that are cleaning fucking toilets. Like,
it's by your boy.
These are the people that should be getting a fucking raise in the world, man. Not fucking politicians.
We got a super chat by Verger. Geometry engine is only focusing on logical procedural calculations to make variable rate shaded copies of textured.
Bitch, get the fuck off of my titties!
Damn it, man! I can't fucking see.
He said geometry engine is only focusing on logic. Okay, from Veggies, Swedish Chronos 119. Geometry engine is only focused on logical procedural calculations to make variable rate shaded copies of texture actions reflecting on shaders. No cloud needed, as in No Man's Sky, as in a cloud-based universe. Ooh. He's absolutely right, because that's what it's about. But,
okay, so Adam, we're heading into your territory, bro. 3 more days and we should be towards the middle of this month. If we don't get anything at the end of this month, you will be probably correct about PlayStation doing their full reveal in May. But obviously Microsoft wants to one-up Sony every time they do a live stream, and Sony ends up one-upping them. So do you think that they're going to try to not go for E3 this year, Microsoft, and have a live stream in May?
My thoughts on the Xbox are that I feel they're going to. I would expect them to stick to
June.
What they're doing with June. I just feel like, you know, again, why the fuck move it? That's what they're going for. They probably got some shit planned, which obviously not to this first capability now, but yeah, they probably stick with it. With PlayStation, on the other hand, like I said, like, my date was mainly down to the factors of Judges Week being a thing, E3 being a thing. That is no longer the case, but the thing is with PlayStation now is that I'm still sticking with it. Like, it just seems, and with the the delay of Last of Us, right? People were talking about why would they do it and so close to Last of Us. Well, now that's no longer a fucking case. So that is the factor of what the logic that most people were saying. It's no longer there. So yeah, exactly. So now it's not there. But like, that makes my point strong now. I don't. I'm not saying it's completely true, but that is my prediction. If it's within that week or on that day, I will fucking laugh my head off, because it's just what it is. I mean, Jim Ryan did say that they'll be revealing the console fucking soon after the controller, so those are strong hopes.
I don't think it's gonna come until towards the end of next month, because or they could do it, because remember, Sony was selling for how long now? And it wasn't because of the Xbox news. They've been quiet since when Andrew House left, right? Sony.
Yeah.
They've always been quiet since then, and that was 2017. Sony went quiet. Remember, they used to post NPD numbers and everything. They went quiet since then, 2017. They just started letting games doing the talking. They would come to E3, stop coming on stage, and just, let the games do the talking. So there's nothing new. But what else do they have to talk about? What other games coming out for the PlayStation after Final Fantasy?
What the fuck, bro?
No, legit.
Not you, bro. Curious. Sam said he enjoys seeing Phil Spencer's nipples through his shirts. God damn it, bro. Come on, man.
Wow, that's different.
True, though, bro. I mean, he need to fucking wear a coat all the time, bro, because he getting big.
Well, he gave up. I was gonna say he's not in the best of shape anymore.
Nah, bro.
He went from built to pudgy and stout in like 2 years.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see that they don't have a live crowd this time, because I think they're gonna do worse without a crowd than they ever did with a crowd. And if you think their E3s have been bad, woo! Their live streams are horrible, bro. Like
Microsoft?
Yeah, Microsoft's live stream format is boring as fuck.
Dude, they haven't had a good conference this whole generation.
Yeah, not exactly.
Yo, so we going to look at the record of PlayStation versus Xbox. Even though they say the 360 sold the software, still not hardware, so they lost. PlayStation is 3-0 against the Xbox. Still, so what's going to be 4-0? What's it going to take to realize they lost?
I thought we go based on hardware sales, not software sales.
That's what I'm saying, because they were like, the 360 sold a ton shit of software, so it means it beat the PS3. I'm like, no. That's hardware.
The PS3 only beat it by like $1.5 million?
It was actually more than that at the point. It became more than that.
No,
they stayed at 84.
Like 84 to 86.
Yeah, that was 2 million. Yeah, PS3 beat it, and people were like at the end. No, it was.
Yeah, that last 2 million came when the PS4 and Xbox One were already out.
Nah, that came out. It was like 77 and 78 in 2012. The PS3 already passed it in 2012. You could check the articles, all right. PS3 outsells it worldwide and everything. PS3 was just selling. When 2013 came, the PS3 and 360 was at a standstill. And then GTA 5 marketing happened. People started to buy the PS3, and the game came out.
Yeah, I mean, you got other countries catching up to a generation, man. It's like South America probably just comped the PS3.
Yeah, right. Like, when I tell you, when GTA 5 came out, I live in an area where, it's a lot of malls you can go to here in Brooklyn. So, when I tell you places like Target, fucking Walmart in Queens, GameStop, when I tell you the PS3 was literally extinct or in somebody's car in the GameStop, then big bags and white bags, every PS3 came off that shelf in all of those stores when GTA 5 came out. So that's what happened. And if you could check, the top selling game on the PlayStation 3 is GTA 5, 25 million. So yeah, but the Xbox has lost the PlayStation 3 times already. So yeah, it's over 87 now. For the Xbox 360 ain't reached 85 yet. Probably did, but yeah. Why are we still? I don't want to ask all the others. Why do we still even care anymore at this point? Like, Xbox does good, PlayStation does good. I'm like, because we know PlayStation do their thing. We know Xbox.
I stopped keeping track. I used to do videos a good amount of, like, every month in the first 3 or 4 years of the gen. And then I just gave up. I think I gave up after PlayStation had like 17 or I don't know. It might have been 13, 32 victories, 32 months. I don't know. It was something like that.
Oh yeah, when the 360 outsold the PS3, I think.
Yeah, it was like 32 months that the PS5, the PS4 had outsold. It was, I got that was 28 actually, and I was like, okay, fuck it, bro. Like, it's like y'all done, bro.
Yeah, at this point, bro, I was like, what? Like, when they lost last gen, right? People like the 360 had the Xbox had the momentum going into this gen. They did not.
They did not.
PlayStation had that.
I hope people understood, bro. They
PlayStation had momentum. But it just continued when Sony just revealed the PS4, like the little conference. Not to mention Gran Turismo 6 was coming out. and The Last of Us. So PlayStation was on a roll. Once I saw the reveal of both, I was like, okay, the PlayStation is gonna win. When it came out, it started winning. I'm like, okay, now I'm just waiting for the games, and then you see Infamous came out, and then other games. I was like, okay, that's cool, because that to me was kind of a tricky game to get the hang of. But played Killzone, played Infamous, played all the other shit. First Light and all of that. When I really just started to say, okay, it's over, when 2015 came, and they said the greatest lineup in Xbox history, which is a lie, 2007 was.
Oh, I hated that slogan.
Yo, I was
swear
like,
to God, with that stupid slogan.
They said that same fucking shit every fucking
Best
year.
lineup and X. Shut the fuck up.
That was so disrespectful to me, to the Xbox 360. I was like, bro, 2007 was the best year.
The worst lineup in history. That was a more accurate term.
I started seeing people was like, oh yeah, they got this, and they got backwards compatibility running out. And then when the sales numbers came out, I saw the PS4 sold 5.7 million over how I was like, damn.
I'm just trying to remember the year. I think it was 2018 E3 where they came out, right? And they said they had like 18 exclusive Xbox games, and there was like 15 of them that weren't fucking exclusive. They were either timed or they were just fucking.
None of them was exclusive, bro.
Wasn't that the extra rule?
Bro, I forgot which one.
No.
I forgot what it was.
Yeah,
I think it was
Scorpio, excuse me, whatever it is.
2018.
Yeah,
it was 2018's conference, and it was just a blatant fucking lie from start to finish. And I remember Xbox fans, which again I found very surprising that Xbox fans were actually theoretically pissed with that conference, because they were like, it wasn't good. And then PlayStation came out and went, hey, listen, we're showing Spider-Man, Ghost, Last of Us, and there was another game. I forgot what it was. I think it was Dreams. It must have been Dreams.
It wasn't Days Gone?
And then, we had the little surprise of Resident Evil 2 being there, and that was it. And, like, everyone was like, oh, is that all they're showing? Yeah, because that's what they fucking told you from the beginning. But fans had expectations that apparently PlayStation were lying. It's like, no. But like,
gonna slow down.
Bro, you can't. I'm sorry, but like, Xbox conferences, the way they've always gone through, like, for me anyway, the way they've always fucking gone is, let's overhype this fucking thing, and then after that, it's literally right at the end the hashtag wait till next E3. It's like, oh god, no, man, no, like. And if they do that this year, I'm sorry, bro. Like, this is the one thing I don't want to see, because if this happens next year, sorry. If this happens this year, right, and he says that shit, I expect Xbox fans to be like fucking pissed to some extent, because there is no way you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'll wait. It's like, no, fuck no. Like. Imagine that shit. I mean, we've already got the whole the tag of they've got to wait 2 years until they actually get true next gen games, and it's a fucking joke to them. But then again, there are them that are.
Hold on, by 2 years, Grounded might be a better game if they wait that long.
By 2 years, Jay,
we'll probably have
God of War. We'll probably have God of War. We'll probably have fucking like Horizon Dawn. We will already have most of our fucking games that we want to see already either have already come out or have been announced. And then it'll probably show Gears 6, Halo 6, or whatever the fuck it may be.
Whatever,
and it's like, but PlayStation got
they better be some good next gen games, because I think
that's what I'm saying. They've got to be really fucking good games, because if they even
Sony has some aces up their sleeve, bro. They're not going to be quiet for no reason. I'm telling you, bro. They're not quiet for no reason.
Usually when Sony does that, something they don't want leaked, for example.
Exactly. And let's talk about that, though. One second. Because I got Final Fantasy and anime to play. But let's talk about this real quick, Adam. That controller was not leaked. And the design was not leaked.
Well, no, because they got ahead of it. Like I told you.
Exactly, but I'm just saying.
Wait a minute. Jay, neither was Final Fantasy VII Remake. It was rumored, but... That wasn't leaked in, though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, let's talk about a controller. It was no concept to ever look like that. Never. Not one.
Most of the things that we knew about the controller, we knew about fucking last year in the Wired article.
Yeah, exactly. So we knew about the tech of the controller, but as far as the design, that was a huge surprise to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I told you, bro, they wanted to get ahead of this because, like I told you in the middle of the week, they sent these controllers out. These controllers, these final, they had controllers before, but they were dev controllers. These are the final, the renderers, the final controllers, that we're going to be playing with, and devs are going to be playing with. And they sent them out. I would probably say this week, maybe next week, I don't know. But again, they are getting ahead of it before they get leaked on fucking Reddit. And it's like, good.
So that means that these devs are basically
it's
about
not a big
to get
deal if it does get leaked because it's only a fucking controller. Yeah. But the thing is, they don't want that to be the case. They want to demonstrate and talk about this console in their own format. They don't want it's like the console, right? Even though we know what's inside the console, they want to demonstrate what the console looks like before anyone else fucking talks about it. It is what it is. I mean, yeah, man.
Because usually when you go to a show, fans have expectations and they speculate. And when they speculate and they create rumors, when you show some, the excitement doesn't really seem as exciting because you already said it. So when Sony can think of, okay, we can not go to any shows and we can just pop up out of nowhere and just drop information like they did with Insomniac games, I don't think people realize how major blow that was.
I think I joked with Nick.
Dude, that was funny when they did that, though.
I actually find I've talked about it. I joked with
funny when they did what? What happened?
Because Jeff Keighley just paused in the middle of the show. He's like, brief interruption, everybody. Insomniac has been purchased. And then he went right back to that boring ass fucking press conference.
Remember that? When Gamescom, bro? That was Xbox game.
One Night Live.
Right after that,
dude, he should have stopped the conference and just fucking addressed that shit.
It wasn't big when he announced it, but the impact was huge online, bro. It was crazy.
I think
he was showing off trash games, man.
Phil Spencer was pissed off that day. I've noticed he was.
I know he was pissed.
Well, yeah. Because he was probably thinking about doing it.
No, because remember, they was announcing Obsidian, right? Remember when Obsidian was purchased? After it was a long rumor, they was like, oh, they finally got Obsidian, yeah. And then they just announced they got it.
I think he was pissed off regardless, because he spent fucking way more money on a fucking crappier version of Rare than what fucking Sony did with fucking Insomniac. And that's just fucking facts. Right. Rare is not what they used to be years ago. They are not the same fucking Rare, and they spent a shit ton of money on them over what PlayStation did, which was what, 229 million, I think it was, for Insomniac. Correct. They spent 300 odd million on fucking Rare. And what have they done recently?
That investment they made this week, that 400 million in that Chinese company.
Oh.
What?
Sony made that $400.
The mobile company.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill, what it was called. Yeah,
that's a pretty good investment for them. Learning
Sony
everything I saw.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure. I was going to say, I think I was trolling. I was trolling an Xbox fan when they announced the controller. This popped up before Inside Xbox, and I said to an Xbox fan, "Hey, could you tell Phil Spencer to announce the next Inside Xbox that PlayStation can fucking jump ahead of the gun again? Because that's how it feels like." That's how it happened. I'm like, at this point, I hope Xbox announced another Inside Xbox that PlayStation can jump in front of it and be like, hey, here's the console, guys. Here's the buzz. That's how it's going right now, man. It's funny.
Wait a minute. They invested in Bilibili?
Yep.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh, okay. So that makes more sense of why. Oh, okay. That makes perfect sense now. They cut back on mobile. Okay, I get it now. And they bought Funimation, so they own a lot of anime shit. They're gonna put shit on TVs and mobile games. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This guy's cracked. Fuck.
Oh yeah, but other than that, I don't see there being any way for Microsoft to beat Sony unless they literally paid like $5 billion to buy out Naughty Dog. At least that's the only way. That's the only way I could see them ever beating Sony.
It comes down to fucking talent at the end of the day. And again, people in the industry, PlayStation fans, whether you're going to listen to them, not Xbox fans, it comes down to fucking talent at the end of the day. And yes, you've got individual talents here and there. Like Initiative, apparently you've got loads of talent from loads of different PlayStation, studios. Sure, but does that necessarily mean that all those guys are going to gel together in one fucking team in harmony? No.
No, because everybody has different ideas and everybody can different background. That's what they don't understand. When
it's also the sense which I've heard from multiple people, and I agree with this. Right, initiative, whatever they're making, right? Presumably they're making a Project Dark fucking remake. Honestly, my thoughts: no, make a brand new fucking IP, right? Because if you want people to get open their eyes to your console, right? Yes, Perfect Dark would be a great thing to come from, right? But their previous game I think they made wasn't really good. The previous Project Dark compared to the older ones, and it is that sense of again, old Rare, new Rare. But obviously Rare are not making this, obviously. But again, it's like I would rather Initiative and made it started this new journey. Right, with a brand new game that they are wanting to make over the sense of a remake. It's just again, I don't know how Xbox sort of communicates the managerial aspects of their devs, but I feel like I don't know, you see. Phil, a lot of people said, right, Phil's giving them a lot of money, freedom, that's what, they're, so forth. Great, that's awesome. And that's cool, but there is a point where management has to come to the equation. And we talked about someone earlier on, which, even though I liked the game, right, it was clear that person needed fucking managing. And that is fucking Kojima Productions.
Yup.
That game did need some management in some degree to keep him on track. Because I know he's a bit crazy with the fucking ideas, and I love the craziness of Kojima. The craziness of Kojima I fucking adore. But there is a point where you have to pull it back to reality. It's kind of like Cory Barlog in Racing Kratos. There was a point where he was going to overstep some shit, which he, again, Shannon Studstill, Yumi Yang said, nope, fuck off. We're not doing that. We're keeping that shit for another time.
Adam, that reminds me, I had a question for you or anybody in the panel. Do you remember they did a discussion panel about the PS1 era with 4 developers? Does everybody remember the name of that?
What, the conversation? Yeah, Creator Conversations, I think it was called.
That's the name of it? Creator Conversations?
Something like that, yeah. PlayStation, I think he was having PlayStation Conversations, I think it was and it was with Will Wheaton from Will Wheaton, I think it was.
Swear to God, Adam, you're like a computer. Thank you. Okay, Will Wheaton.
Dude, I watched that shit. I watched those things, man. They were fun.
Because I couldn't find it on the YouTube side. They didn't even have it on a playlist or anything.
Well, I think there you go. If you type in PlayStation Will Wheaton, there you go. Conversation with creators. He had Naughty Dog as episode 2. He had Treyarch at one point. Bungie was the first one. That was it. He only did 3. Oh wait, no. Santa Monica was the 4th. They did 4 episodes. I wish they brought those fucking things back.
Nah, this wasn't it. It was I don't know, it was Schumann or Rhodes. Fuck, dude, I should have better memory. But they were literally sitting with current developers talking about the PS1 era. So it was somebody from Square Enix, somebody from another company, etc. I don't remember the name of it though.
Oh yes. Oh god. I know what you mean. If you type in PlayStation Skid, if you type in that guy, because that's him, it should pop up. It should. I know what you mean though. I do know what you mean. God, I forgot now. Yeah.
Why do I have to go up 99 set of fucking stairs in this game, dude?
I think it's I remember the sit down.
7. Yo, relax, bro.
The Sinner building.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was with Herman Holst and Neil Druckmann. They were talking about
stupid gameplay designs.
I don't know if you remember watching that, Sam, with Herman Holst and Neil Druckmann talking in a bar, sort of saying about Horizon Zero Dawn recently getting done, and then they were talking about Uncharted 4. That was really cool. Again,
no, I'll check that out because I never seen that one.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: when Adam finished.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
For India, yeah. Besides the games, what are y'all most excited for from the PS5?
The ones that are announced.
Well,
okay, see, Fatal got the right answer already.
What do you say?
Nothing. I said besides the games, what are you excited for? He said nothing.
Yeah. But it's the games that I don't know about, which could be either nothing or whatever. But like, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I can't be excited about the games that I don't know about, but I am excited to see what type of games are going to be playable at launch or within the first 2 years.
That hardware upgrade will make my current PSVR library look like a complete upgrade. So yeah,
the DualSense starting to look like more than
DualSense. What I'm excited about is that hopefully I don't have to deal with the loading screens and the interface isn't so sluggish like it is on the PS4. So I'm very excited about the speed. And not something to brag about, but something that is an issue with the PS4. When you're moving from app to app or from game to app or game to store or store to app. This was a problem on a PS3 where it was just horrible, bro. It was horrible to move from the PlayStation Store to the interface or from the interface to a game. Like, it took so long. It doesn't take that long if you compare PS3 to the PS4.
Because PS3 didn't have RAM. Like PS3 didn't have RAM like the PS4 does.
Oh, obviously. But yeah, they're a little sluggish. So everybody knows. Adam knows it too. Like,
that's why. Yeah,
you're moving from your trophy list to the game, or your game to the trophy list. And
yeah, when I play COD, if I want to capture a bit of gameplay, like yesterday, I fucking did. I fucking had a nice little play on COD yesterday, and after the game, I pressed the share button, tried to save the fucking clip, and it took so fucking long to bring the share option up. Then I had to wait for the button prompt to light up. Then after that, I had to wait even longer. And by the time I fucking got that shit down, I got kicked from the match, and it was fucking terrible. It was so bad. And again, when people message me on PlayStation, I do not fucking go from a PlayStation. I use my phone now because I'm fucking like, it is bullshit. And again, this won't be the case for next gen. Like this should be non-existent, which is great. But you know, it's just like I mean, like there are parts of me again where like this console said it was going to be able to do certain things, and over the course of time, it just got worse and worse and worse. So like, I'm not counting my eggs, man, before they hatch. And now, I mean, obviously, I think it will be fine, but yeah, the interface for PlayStation for me said it numerous times. The only overcomplicated shit, simple as it can possibly be. Minimal, simple, done. That's what you gotta do, bro. Simple shit. Minimal and simple is.
You don't need to make it too complicated. And I do believe, even if I haven't saw the interface, I hope it's not going to be complicated, but I hope that the Xbox will be complicated.
Otherwise, I'll get Tom Nook to go around fucking Sony's headquarters and break their fucking legs.
I mean, thing is with the interface, it doesn't like Nintendo's interface on the Switch is the simplest fucking interface. Yeah, you don't need a complicated interface just to load a damn game.
Snow Bunny, tell me it don't look like the PS4 OS.
I've never seen. What the Switch's interface?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is super simple. It's basic. Basic is the only thing we don't have is fucking themes.
Yeah.
Nor folders. We can't make folders. Our shit's more basic than the PS4.
But
can you
why do you have to make me?
People are gonna call it groundbreaking when Nintendo does it. Watch.
Yeah, I mean, no, they're not because we had the shit on the Wii. We had themes and folders on the Wii U, the Wii U, and the fucking 3DS.
Yeah.
All thing gonna be happening is people gonna be happy they bringing the shit back.
It's gonna be groundbreaking because it's different tech. They're gonna say it's different architecture.
Oh Lord!
Watch, people will say anything. I'm telling you,
stupid. Just bring me back. Only thing you don't even have to give me themes. Just give me fucking folders because
give you themes, bro. They gotta catch the fuck up.
No. Let me explain. No, Spartan. Let me explain the reason I say that. Okay, it's because the way the Switch is when you look at when you load into the Switch, you have to go all the way to another document to another page to look at all your games. I just want to make folders to where I can have 5 folders when you load up and open. I can say, okay, these are my visual games, these are my digital only games, these are my icons for games that I have cartridges for. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have to go off another page and look at every game I have listed. You can catch up with themes later, but give me folders first so I can organize my damn.
So you don't want an Xbox, okay?
I mean, I want to be able to organize the way my games are set up on my system.
Interface, man. They've been working on that shit this whole fucking generation. Jesus Christ.
Well, guys, I got a game to play, and I would love.
By the way,
to talk
before
to
we
you
get
guys
out, Jay, like, because I this is my
Yeah.
own personal curiosity right now. I'm guessing everyone in the chat has been playing Final Fantasy VII, right?
Yes, and I'm about to go back to playing it.
Yeah. Again, like, because obviously the reviews, reviews are reviews, man. But obviously, honest thoughts from everyone. How are they actually liking the first part of Final Fantasy VII? How is it going down? Because I re-downloaded the demo today, like a sad old sap. And I fucking again, like, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to be playing this game with like you guys, but because obviously the whole Corona situation.
Wait for a price drop.
On you. But I've been seeing a lot of people playing this game, loving the shit out of this game, and like I saw crap.
A lot of blind love, that's for sure.
Tons of fucking images yesterday about it being a 4.2 teraflop console to piss off Xbox fans. Obviously, I saw your live stream the other day, Jay, about the textures, which I'm not surprised about because Unreal Engine 4 happens. Normally it's pop in, pop out textures, but with this game, it's certain places where it's like bad rendered textures, which I don't quite get.
That ain't the only game because I could have swore when Digital Foundry did their thing on PS5 and King Thrash exposed them, he made sure to tell you this texture is missing from Gears that's in another Unreal Engine game and Borderlands 3. So no matter if it's social,
Days Gone,
selective criticism.
Days Gone had it too.
It's the Unreal Engine. It's literally Unreal Engine because I remember seeing that same shit with Days Gone. Same fucking thing. The problem was with Days Gone, it was more to do with pop in and pop out textures. Over what Final
Shit
Fantasy's
disappearing,
going with,
right?
which is more. I think Final Fantasies, it has pop in, pop out textures, but it's not as bad. Whereas it's kind of still textures where they aren't as good in certain areas. Where it's kind of the sense of like I said time and time again. Jay likes to look around, see certain things, and again, you if you're like that sort of person who looks at the texture of certain things. You're obviously going to clearly see that, but if you're a person that just wants to play the game and go to the next battle and whatever, you're not going to see that as much. It's going to be a very easy transition for you. You're going to rarely see it. It's like people with frame rates. So, yeah, I mean, but again, I'm going off topic here. Like, is everyone enjoying the game? Like, no.
Look, I'm enjoying.
Not really, no.
Textures
No,
They don't love
on
it.
my OnlyFans page, bro.
I can't keep it down. So.
Wait, hold up. So y'all gonna subscribe to my OnlyFans or what?
What happened?
No.
Why not, Fatal?
What
I'm not gonna sign.
I said, are y'all gonna subscribe to my OnlyFans page? I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. I'm just
No, I'm
playing.
good, man.
Oh yeah, but the Unreal Engine, I noticed.
No offense,
Bro,
Spartan, buddy.
I'm
No
gonna be
offense,
honest
buddy.
though. I like the Unreal Engine 4. I don't hate it, but I've never played a game where it had this bad textures or the textures were missing. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it, bro. Square Enix needs to come out and give a statement about this or say, hey,
Whatever
we're
the
release a
fuck-
patch or something.
Whatever happened to that fucking engine that Square Enix is working on?
Yeah, we are talking. Don't forget, though, Jay, when it comes to this game and Unreal Engine, Square Enix again, like the initial aspect was that they wanted to use their own engine. That's what they were doing initially. But then when it went into the internal of Square Enix, they found out that Unreal Engine was easier to design for. It was easier to break down certain things, get this game out as fast as possible, which is it was a good decision on their note. But it's also a sense as well with I don't know if the update happened before or after, but again, the Unreal Engine is in it will. I don't know, maybe like in the next 2 years, I think we will be seeing Unreal Engine 5 be the next update because they are. I think they are already working on the Unreal Engine 5. again, because of next gen, and obviously PCs are they're pushing the next limits. But I think they did an update. I think it was this year or last year for it. But this was after. This was pretty much they would have already done most of the game. So for them to even implement certain things, they would have to go back, which I don't think they wanted to do. They just wanted to get this game out. But yeah, like I
love it. I love the music. The combat's not bad. It's a little frustrating to learn. Gameplay's not bad.
Yeah, they should have never fucking used the comment from fucking Kingdom Hearts, man.
The voice acting is good. I mean, all in all, for right now, it's sitting at an 8.10 for me, or 8 out of 10 for me. I don't know if it'll go lower. I mean, I only put it low because of the textures, bro. It was because I'm in the slums 2 different times, and they're both bad, and they got worse the second time I went to the slums.
Isn't the slums everyone's talking about it being a texture situation?
Yeah, bro. It's like, damn, motherfucker. I know
Are we
it's the
supposed to be
slums,
getting out
but
of here?
damn, you didn't have to slum on the slums.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I went to see what everyone's opinions were on this game because again, like I would, if I had the money, I would definitely get this game. But
no, you would.
But the thing is, like, I haven't got the money, so like I don't mind not getting this game because again, it's only part 1 of, and I've played the original like fucking numerous times, so I'm fine. But
yeah, you're not really missing out on much.
You know, yeah. Well, again, it's only part 1. I understand what we're doing. Obviously, I've said this before. I think it's like a 3-part game. I think we'll probably get the whole game by 2024, 2025. Like they're pretty on track with what they're doing, which is great, awesome. But yeah, like I've been watching some things here and there. It looks fucking great. It's really nice. But yeah, I mean, that's what else really.
Well, I'm about to, when I get out of here, I'm starting up another stream.
I'm watching more Valorant.
Keep playing Final Fantasy.
Twitch or YouTube?
Probably about do another 5 hours, maybe more.
J-Tech.
Huh?
Twitch or YouTube?
I'm gonna stream it on YouTube. So I'm as soon as I'm fucking done with this, I'm gonna stream on YouTube. So guys, we're about to get the fuck up out of here. So 5 minutes I stream. I start a new stream up.
Oh, by the way, Jay, just before you get out, actually, Final Fantasy VII Remake makes #1 debut despite despite distribution challenges in the UK sales.
That was a given, bro. That was a given.
2016 Final Fantasy XV, which I forgot.
Yeah, that was a given. That is another game I need to hurry up and complete, Shadow of Colossus, and I only got like 6 more Colossus to do. So I need to hurry up and beat that.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait, bro. Like, it's a lot of great games that we already have access to. All these game sales every fucking week. I mean, if you're waiting for Last of Us to go,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. The 2 games that people said that the two games people said that were gonna be fucking like bangers, like in Metacritic, like which was Resident Evil 3 and Final Fantasy 7 were fucking wrong, and Doom. Ori, I don't know where Neo was, but Persona 5, like games that not a lot of people really looked at as much, or the ones that are theoretically, you know, the bangers and the Metacritic aspects. I find it I do wonder, bro. Like Cyberpunk, will Cyberpunk be the banger that everyone thinks it will, or like, you know, say for The Last of Us? Like, I'm just like, yo. I think they'll be great games. Like, don't get me wrong. I think they'll get high scores on Metacritic or OpenCritic, wherever you want to go. But like, it's just crazy, bro. Like, you know, bonkers.
It is crazy. Well, everybody, I want to thank Spartan God, Snow Bunny, Fatal, the Wall Talker More.
Don't think Fatal.
I want to thank everybody for showing up to the Sunday show today. I've had this game on my mind ever since I started this damn stream. I want to get back on Final Fantasy. I'm running through it.
I can't wait till fucking to get this game out of my mind, dude.
Well, shut the hell up. We don't care about that.
They got some titties, bro.
Oh wait, Fortnite's dying, by the way.
I'm staring at Tifa's right now.
I told y'all. See what I just wrote.
Get him excited.
I told y'all.
I will see you guys back here. I'm about to stream. If you guys care to watch me,
I can't post the OnlyFans link in the chat. YouTube is gonna remove it.
What happened?
Oh, muffin tits.
I just said subscribe to Feder's OnlyFans page of Tifa, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he just said he's looking at Tifa titties right now.
I am.
See, I really know people. I really know Feder.
We could continue this chat later, but I was always wondering why people were bitching about the size of her tits, and it seems like they're they're still the same fucking size. They're still huge.
But wait, why does it matter, bro? That's not a real girl, bro. It's a video.
I know.
I mean, but these are the same people. These are the same people who were upset that they moved Jill into a skirt instead of her short skirt.
Spartan God, Fortnite.
Oh yeah, but like those are the same people who got mad when Sony censored Japanese games that have.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This Valorant, I'm gonna say this right now, bro. This Valorant game, when they fucking fully release this game, bro, this game fucking has broke fucking Twitch records, man.
Bro,
Fortnite right now is fucking non-existent right now. That
Twitch?
game is down the fucking toilet right now,
On
bro.
Twitch?
It's still at 2,300. Like, I'm talking on the spectrum of like streamers, professional Fortnite players. They aren't fucking playing that game anymore because they are finding other games to fucking play.
That's good.
And no one, again, with Epic Games, they have not talked about.
Yo, Final Fantasy has 93,000.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing
Everybody's watching Final Fantasy.
Animal Crossing has 36.2k.
Valorant's getting close to a fucking mil again.
Valorant has 926. Damn.
That game, I tell you, bro. That same guys, Riot Games that made fucking League of Legends, man. Those games are very. I mean, League of Legends is a popular game on PC. Watching it, live streaming it, stuff like that. Valorant is
number 8. Well, actually, it's not number. Let me see.
Here's the thing, right?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 13.
Let me just because we were talking about Ninja, right? And we're talking about Shroud. We're talking about Mixer, basically, right? Ninja and
guys,
Shroud.
We're out. We're getting off the air, but we're still
get off the air. I want to say this shit. I want to talk about shit
out of here.
afterwards.
Fuck Ninja.
Yeah.
Out of here,
No, Jay, you need to fucking listen to this shit because again, right? They made a big deal. They made a big deal about how Mixer was going to do X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
Right? They spent a fuck ton of money on Ninja and Shroud. Now, we all know they got paid a lot of money, but then also, right, they have a fucking clause in their fucking contracts where they can get out of it without a fucking shadow of a doubt, right? Basically, in a nutshell, they've given these two money where it's just free, right? They bought the brand, right? And that's the thing that's going to be, presumably, bringing over people to Mixer, right? That's the thing. They bought the brand to bring people over to Mixer. What was it, last week? Twitch, YouTube, MySpace, by the way, gaming, has bigger viewership than Mixer. I think Mixer was at 2% or 7%. It's fucking doing worse than what it initially was in quarantine aspects, right? And the thing is, when these contracts end, Ninja and Shroud, right, if they were on, like, they will go back to Twitch, right, with open arms. They will go back to Twitch, right? And they would have got 40 to 50 mil, right? But somebody said this shit, and it's fucking facts. Shroud's an ex-fucking CSGO player. He's playing this game, Valorant, right? He wasn't getting a lot of people watching his fucking streams, right? If he was on fucking Twitch, this guy will be having at least 300,000 at least, minimum, watching him over the 14,000, 13,000 that are watching him. Summit, right, had, I think, if I'm not correct, he had at one point, I think the first few days, he had like roughly around 200,000 people watching it.
I saw him at 400,000 the other day.
There you go, right?
Yeah.
Ninja and fucking Thingy didn't even have any of that. Imagine they were on fucking Twitch. Because again, the other thing as well to say about this is, right, they, every streamer that's partnered with this shit, they don't control this, but they've got drops. So occasionally, every so often, somebody will get a drop from Riot Games or somehow a drop or code for the beta, and it's only for Twitch, which is help again. Streamers not getting paid for this shit, right? And it's benefiting the streamers and the game in both senses, because again, the game's been getting exposure, but then also the streamers are getting major views because people want fucking keys, and they have to stay in the streams to get set keys. And again, like Ninja and Shroud, they're not getting these numbers because of that, but then also it's because they're on Mixer. And I've said this before, Mixer will not be around for much longer. That I feel like Microsoft will cut bait, and they'll cut their bait and they'll run, because it's got like they came out and said that their thing is going to be growing within the next few months, right? And obviously they expected that to be the case through quarantine. Facebook Gaming has had more traction up traction than what Mixer has, which has gone down. Twitch is at the highest point, we're at 67% or something like that. Then YouTube was at 30%, then I think it was at 14, 15%, and they were at 7 or 3%, I forgot what it was. That's terrible. Like, it's crazy, man. Basically what I'm trying to say is they've wasted a shit ton of money on Ninja and fucking Shroud, and they've just been given free money. Like, if I would do the same thing as what Ninja and Shroud done, because they only last for a certain amount of time before they get that money back, and they can just go back to fucking Twitch.
I don't know. Ninja's going to want to go back to Twitch. He kind of burnt his bridges there.
No, I understand that, Snow Bunny, but I think they will. I think again, if he wants to, his thing. If Twitch don't do it, if they don't offer him that, YouTube will. Because the guy within YouTube Gaming, I think his name's called Fwiz, he knows Ninja very much so through the eSports back in the day. He used to do commentary for his Halo games and so on and so forth. And he will give him a fucking fat check. And he's already got a YouTube channel. And if you're a lot of people that have crossed over from Twitch to YouTube, again, it benefits them because they can basically stream on YouTube and then also upload all their content in one area instead of being in two areas, which it kind of benefits them in a good notion. There are a couple of caveats that are not in their favors, but yeah. But like I'm saying, man, it's just like it's just crazy. And like I said, like Mixer bought
the wrong decision intentionally, or he just looked at the money at the time.
No. That's what I'm trying to say. Ninja and Shroud got given a fuck ton of money, right, to stream on Mixer for a certain amount of years, or for whatever it was in their contract, right? They basically, theoretically, have robbed Microsoft blind. Because they've been given that money, right? And again, the reason why Mixer did this was because, again, Ninja is a fucking brand. If you go into Target, Walmart in America, he has a fucking brand, right? They need him more than he needs them at that point, right? And basically, when, again, Mixer looked at it and said, alright, we're buying his brand, we're going to get the numbers, it's going to shoot up Mixer, and it's going to be a good, like, again, the percentages are going to go rocking sky high. That hasn't been the case. It's gotten worse. And they have some of the biggest streamers in their thing. And again, it basically what it does is, Jay, at the end of the day, it proves that, again, it's not the brand's fault, right, which is Ninja, it's Mixer, it's the streaming servers. It's basically, theoretically speaking, right, it's cutting out the middleman of saying, you're the fucking problem. And it's bonkers, bro. Like, I was watching a podcast talk about this, and it was just so fucking educational and entertaining. It was with another streamer called Dr. Lupo, and, like, he's talked about this, and what I'm saying is what he said, and I already thought of this ages ago, because again, like, listen, if Mixer came to me and said, hey, here's 40 million, 50 million to be a part of our streaming service for 2 to 3 years, and after that, you can do whatever you want afterwards, fuck it, I'll take it, because that sets me up for life, and my kids up for life. Like, that's great fucking money. And after when those years are done, bro, like, let's just say next year, they will probably go back to Twitch. Or if they don't, like Snow Bunny says, with the bridges with, burn the bridges with Ninja, Fwiz with YouTube Gaming, they've been grabbing people from Twitch these past, 8 months? and they've had a hell of a time. And YouTube has shot up in percentage. So like, he's got home there. It is bonkers, man. I keep a hold of this shit, man. Listen, I love gaming. I love like consoles. But I'm looking into eSports like shit. If I had my own fucking news channel, bro, I'll be deep diving into all this shit.
That's nice. You need to make your own news channel and talk to walls.
I do. I love my walls.
Buddy. That's what
and I write Rebecca. Yeah, that's right. You're a good wall.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to go play some Final Fantasy. I'm
gonna go
filled in on this because it is interesting to see where people will go. Again, the new generation of consoles are starting. These people might switch around again. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to favor whatever system is more popular, and you might be able to penetrate a certain fan base. So this shit happens all the time. I don't expect them to stay on Mixer next gen or next year. I think they'll go back to Twitch, or again, if YouTube can draft them for a good price, they'll probably draft them over there. I think that they should just shut down Mixer. I know their pride is on the line, but it just doesn't seem like it's worth it anymore. Just allow Xbox fans to stream gameplay from Xbox Series X directly to Twitch, directly to YouTube, and have a good fucking day. There's no point in keeping fucking the lifeline of the Mixer when nobody gives a fuck about it. Nah, man. They doing way too much to keep that shit alive. I don't understand it.
I mean, like, even with me, I stream to both Mixer, YouTube, and Twitch at the same time. I usually get more viewers from Twitch and YouTube than I do from Mixer.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. Well, guys, I hope you have a good weekend. What's left of it. Stay safe, stay clean. Let's see what goes down this week.
Have fun, everyone. Bye.